Is this joke funny? I don't think this joke is funny. Bad. Honestly, that would be funny if I got copyright striked. I'm giving this exact video. I literally just Googled YouTube countdown. Oh, I thought it'd be funny. I thought it'd be so funny. It's a bad bit, move on. Anyways, hello. Welcome to the 7-year stream where we stroke my ego for however long it takes to get through this playlist. So, I have collected an assortment of videos from all across my catalog, and I actually don't know what the channel is. I'll look. Music channel. Music channel. That's actually so funny. That is actually fucking hilarious. I know my mic sounds like shit. It is so hard to get away from the fact that this mic sounds like shit. Anyways, like I was saying, I have a collection of videos all throughout my 7 years of putting out garbage content, including stuff I've worked on other channels. And, yeah. It'll be dumb, it'll be stupid. I think most of it will be garbage until I get to the very end. Electrical Bakery came back just for this stream. Oh my god. Incredible. I can't believe that that Electrical Bakery came back to life for this stream. Amazing. Anyways, let's get started. I'm not exactly looking forward to the first video because it's shit. It was the first thing I ever did. But thank you for coming, even though you're not subscribed to me and you don't speak English. Don't know how you got here. So, see you later. Your mix sounds like Sussy Gamer. Alright, let's go. So, this was the first thing I ever did. This was the first video I ever put out as like a musician. And I wish I could remember why I aspired to make it. I don't know why. I guess I was just like, you know what, I'm going to make a medley of songs from rare games. And I remember very clearly that I wanted to have like 2 games from each console era. But I didn't know shit about what games they put on the NES, so I just Googled rareware games and just looked at 2 games from the NES that they did. So here we go, I guess. Let me know how badly the audio is balanced, and I'll fix it. It's so bad. Alright. Oh, it's so bad. I didn't even listen to the whole song. I just listened to like the first 20 seconds. It just made shit up. It's so bad. He's punching spiders though. All pirated software too. Hello Alden. Hello Christian. Rock and roll. This is all pirated software, too. This is absolutely not good. This is terrible. I was Guitar Rig. I torrented Superior Drummer 2 and Metal Machine. And then stock Logic plugins for mixing. The Dark Ages. Oh, that's... It's so bad. It's so bad. Drum fills! Oh, shit! Man's got the drum fills! Louis is probably a fan of that ride pattern. Hi, Gwendolyn. Also, since this is my first medley, I had like no frame of like how short or long sections should be. And so this section just goes on for so long. No, Louis, I haven't tried that. I'll keep it in mind next time. Long pause. Long pause. Why was that pause so long? Was he going to fun? Nah. I didn't even... These performances are two completely different... I didn't practice at all. This is Bulb demo awesome. Thanks, I was really into Bulb. Oh fuck, rock and roll. Root through fifth root to octave. Rock and roll. Yo, he's chugging. Oh my god, I'm ahead of his time. I think the biggest thing I took away from this, the biggest thing I took away from this is I didn't actually listen to the songs most of the time. I just kind of like listened to them once. And then I would just listen to it once and just be like, okay, I got it memorized, and then if I couldn't remember what it was, I just made it up. Structure be damned, I just made shit up. Which is, you know what? Making shit up is how I've made a career, so it's fine. Ape? Nah. Monkey always wins. Oh my god. Off. This section goes for so long! Why does it go for so... I should have just covered this song on its own, instead of just subjecting people to this. Holy shit. Honestly, to the 1,250 people that watch this, why? I'm more so... You know what? Hold on. There we go. I just like this. Finally, the main melody came back. That's not how the melody goes. I just made it up. I was like, I think it sounds like this, and then I didn't reference it at all. Breakdown! Yo, it's so heavy! Oh my god, it's so heavy! We're one video in, Louis. We are one video in. We're in for a ride. Oh my god. This is my first fucking video. This is my first video. My early work is comprised of a lot of way too long projects, which is probably why it only goes up debatable. Bro, that lick is so metal. Oh my god. I feel so bad. To this day, I don't remember whose gameplay I took, because I just looked up a bunch of people's gameplay and then just in the description said, this gameplay is not mine. No, I will not like the video. I don't know if I want to pull... Hi, Lily. Goes up and down. I will not undislike this. I will continue to leave this video dislike. Why does it repeat? There's no reason for this section to repeat. There is no reason for this video to go on for so long. It's just the same shit again. You know what? We're just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on. Just gonna skip past this section real quick. Yo, organ? He's using instruments other than it's too long, Mindy. It is too long. My first video was 11.5 minutes. Don't be like me. Do not be like me. Hi, TV. Also, Christian, Water Temple is not in the playlist. I think I remember, this is 7 years ago, so I don't remember exactly, but I think I downloaded a tab, like a Guitar Pro tab of this, and the guitar tuning was weird. Like, they tuned the instrument weird, so I just was like, fuck it, and I tuned my guitar to it, and the intonation's fucked. Oh my god, what was I fucking thinking? What was my problem? That guitar is so out of tune. Oh, by the way, there's a sweep, there's like an arpeggio in this section I couldn't play, so I just played that. I made that up because I couldn't play the arpeggio. God, what was wrong with me? Are you ready for the worst clean tone ever? Genuinely the worst clean tone I've ever heard. Yes! 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 Such a bad clean tone. Hello, Daniel. Hello, I see. It's, I mean, you know, ever so slightly rushing. Just ever so slightly. The reason I didn't film for this is because I knew I was not going to be able to play this. Oh, I felt so cool about that. Hi, David. For you to say that to me, that must mean this is important to you. This is the final section of the medley, by the way. There's a guitar solo in this, and I didn't write it. I just recorded something and it happened. Loeb, you're gonna get a kick out of this guitar solo that comes up later. Da, na, na, na. Also, keep in mind that thus far, this was the first harmony. I had literally recorded with one lead track through all of this. What the fuck was that? What was that? Oh my god! What the fuck was that? Yo, reggae? There's a reggae part coming up, I remember this. I remember just being like, oh yeah, look at me go, I'm including multiple types of genres. I'm so progressive. I'm so good at this. Here we go, reggae time. That's so bad. That's so bad. No, TV, it's really bad. Guitar solo time. Oh, it's so bad. Yo, check out this pop. This just punches in. Right there. Oh, why did I think I was being funny? I thought I was being cheeky, but it was just shit. Thanks for all the good times, Rareware. I'm sorry for what I did to your... I'm sorry for what I did to that. Oh, okay, so... we're skipping forward a bit. This is going to be a dramatic increase of quality. Dramatic increase of quality. So, this was my first ever collab with somebody, and I didn't even know the person. Touch Fuzzy is in this video, yeah, is in the playlist, yeah. So this video is, the first collaboration I ever did with, Reese, GD Ultima, who we didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know at that time. Like, I just met him in Family Jules' Twitch chat, and I was just like, hey, you want to collab? And so he said, okay. And at this point, I had, I started using, like, Easy Mix, so everything sounded dramatically better, but I didn't know anything about what was happening in terms of the mix. You know, I'm glad you like my music. It's a good thing someone does. So let's listen to this. So if I remember correctly, I just played like one half of it, and then he did leads on the first half. I did leads on the second half. Let's check this out. Yo, I'm in pajamas because I didn't feel like getting dressed to shoot the video. Reese would probably not be happy with that lead performance nowadays. I think he was like very new to playing guitar at this point. It is pretty based. But based on what? Yo, I'm getting... I used to be happy. What happened? Louis, it was a very long time before I worked up the motivation to always get dressed to film a video. Yoshi's in here. Yo, Reese playing the rhythms. Oh my god. BC. I used to love that guitar because it had a whammy bar, but then I eventually got rid of it because it's a shit guitar. Oh. Yo, he's gonna do a sick chug right here. Yo, complex rhythms, dude. We are out here pushing the mold. Reese with only a spoon. Reese with a spoon. Only a spoonful. Reverse cymbal. I'm getting really into post-production now. Crazy effects, no way. Who goes to the friends? I mean, maybe your friend's got the good shit. Hi, Lloyd. Absolutely not true. That's the end of that video. Majora's Mask medley. We're gonna skim this because this video is not great. But do not rate. So, oh, by the way, Christian, Reese edited that video because I didn't want to. So that's a Reese edit. I didn't do that. This is what I thought to myself. Yeah, I'm starting to level up. I'm starting to get there, but my production went backwards because I stopped using Easy Mix. I was just like, no, I need to learn how to mix myself. I can't just rely on Easy Mix all the time. And so my audio production skills. Also, this video is incredibly quiet. My audio production just went downhill. And then eventually it started picking back up. But when I moved out of Easy Mix, it was so bad. It was so bad. I can't say that I hate the YouTube short feature because I have a short and it's performing fine. So I can't say I hate it. Yo, crazy. Crazy drum pattern. No way. This entire arrangement was probably stolen from the Theophany remix. Because I was really into that. I think at this point, I was really into that Time's End orchestration album they had. So I just stole that. I just stole this arrangement from them. I'm gonna say it. I remember this very clearly. The reason why you do not see a single, like, shot of me playing the lead in this section is because I didn't feel like learning it, so I just I didn't feel like relearning it, so I just didn't shoot it. So it's just the acoustic guitar and the bass. Oh, that clean tone is not it. That is not it, Chief. Ooh, excuse me. My god. Who allowed this man access to a computer and a camera? At least the good thing with this medley is at this point I think I learned how to not overstay my welcome in any one section. So most of them are pretty brief. Yo, I thought I was being really... Look at me trying to keep time. I'm just trying to keep time and not look like I'm out of sync. I'm almost positive that this section, I was really into Hospital for Souls by Bring Me the Horizon. I really like that song, so I was like, I can do that. Spoiler alert, I couldn't do that. Also, you're gonna notice, I think, from here on out that the BC Rich will show up less frequently. At this point, I only kept it around to do dive bombs, and then eventually I sold it. That lead tone has so much gain. There's so much gain on that. Metal, dude. Oh, that's so heavy. That's just so bad. This is just not very good. Oh my god. I've like so much of this is just so I can't handle this. I'm gonna skim through this. We're gonna skim this video a bit. We're gonna skim this video a bit. Just gonna skim this video a little bit. How long did it take me to make Hopes and Dreams Save the World? I don't know. I think it would have taken me about maybe a week or two. If I had to remember, it probably was like a week or two. I worked on it on and off quite a lot. Yo, I used to think that this intro section to Stone Tower was pog as shit. I used to think that was... Your dad is a Mad Hatter. He did have a lot of hats. Discover your channel. So it was a pretty cool intro. I want to reuse it at some point because it was good enough that I don't think, like, it was good enough that I thought, like, it's not the worst idea I had. So I want to bring it back at some point, but I already covered Stone Tower Temple again. I can't do it a third time. To be fair, I see we're gonna mostly be skimming medleys because most of the medleys are just bloated as shit. I guarantee a lot of people discovered me through Undertale, which, both a blessing and a curse. Yo, the reprise of Final Hours... Isn't it? It's actually fun. I just realized as well, my recover of Final Hours is longer than the Majora's Mask medley. Talking about fucking stroking a goddamn ego. 11 minutes of that song. I pray for you. It's so brutal, it's so heavy, I'm getting so into it. Oh shit, I'm rocking out, dude! Remember when I used to move in videos? He is rocking out. The production value, oh my god! Oh my god, the production! There's layered videos and shit. I'm learning. I am rocking out so hard. There's so many layers. I learned opacity and blending. Oh my god. I stole this part from Black Earache XD. And his at the end of his Resident Evil medley has like a fake out ending where it's just noodling. I just stole that. Also, yeah, I was drinking root beer while filming this. That's a common theme in like the old, like back in this room. Is I just had like, I would just have drinks because I wouldn't clean my desk. I would just get up and film. I just didn't care about the videos. The videos were just like something I had to do to get it out. It wasn't until like later where I started seeing, oh, maybe I should try to make my videos look nice. This part's so prog, dude. Oh my god, so prog. By the way, the reason it's on that lead shot for so long before is because I didn't even remember where the stabs were. So I cut to the lead shot so you couldn't tell that I was missing it. I still think to this day this was actually a pretty sick breakdown section. I want to reuse this one as well. That's what someone else said to me before when they saw my fucking bookmarks. It's a fucking bus compressor. I stole this idea from fucking the ending of what is it? My Plague from Slipknot, where the ending the guitar phases. I just stole it from that. There's also a common theme. Also, for some reason, there's like a minute of dead space for like no reason. I don't know why, but it just is. Oh god, another fucking medley. Why did I put so many fucking medleys in this? You know what? We're gonna skip this because too many medleys. We're gonna skip it. Mario Galaxy, to me though, Mario Galaxy was like the idea where I was kind of starting to get it, but we're not gonna watch this because I forgot I put this in here. Anyways, we're going on. This video was actually like the first video I had that kind of went off, and apparently it has 300,000 views. I don't know why this video sucks, but there was a dramatic. This is back when I also didn't want to film videos anymore, so I just did the split screen. I just sat and just recorded it multiple times. Video is great, man. I just don't understand how this has 300,000 views. It boggles my mind. I remember, like, sometimes I even forget this is a video I made. I remember I wanted to cover this song for a long time, but I just never felt like I was going to be able to do it well. So I just continuously put it off. And then eventually I just did it. And it has its quirks. I sure do love Damage, the Contact library with its many loops and many samples. It's also a bit loud. Thoughts on Nier Automata OST? Very loud. I mean, the guy who composed it got more attention than the guy who created the game, so it's pretty alright. No, it's not an Evertune. I didn't even know Evertunes existed at this point. Every time I listen, whenever I hear this, or like I hear my old pick guitars like tremolo picked, I just hear the fucking, and it's just the pick attack just overpowers the note. It's so bad. Yo, great edit right there, me. fucking amazing. Fade to black, then pop in. Piano takes the lead here because I didn't know this lead part and I didn't feel like learning it, so I just downloaded MIDI and then put it on the piano and made it do that. Hello, Caitlin. So I just made the piano play the lead part here because I just didn't feel like learning how to play the lead part. Which is another common theme on my videos, which is I don't feel like learning this part, I'm just gonna put it on some other instrument, and so I don't have to play it. For some reason, there's a cello, I think, in the background, and that note, for some reason, it resonated and made like a overtone. It was so loud, and I didn't notice it until after it was out. It bothered me for ages. It still does. Oh, God. Yeah, the cup. The explosion. Oh, so much emotion. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. There's so much emotion. Yep, this is a video, all right. And it's like one of my top performing videos ever. It's like it has more views than some of the Undertale videos, which is really weird to me. Like, genuinely bizarre to me that this video has this many views. I never got it. I never understood why this video popped off, but I guess it might just be because there's not many covers of that song. What's next on the list? What do you got next from me? Why do all of my videos have such a long silence at the end of them? First cover with Ro Panuganti, who I later went on to make a Donkey Kong Country 2 album with. I'm going to put Ro on blast here. No worries. Goodbye, Gwendolyn. I'm gonna put Ro on blast. So I reached out to him after his contest to be like, hey, you want to collab? And then I sent him this thing, and I'm gonna be real, his bass track kind of was out of time from like in a lot of places. And not only was it out of time in a lot of places, there was just a couple of wrong notes. I'm putting Ro on blast here. This was also like 6 years ago, so he'd probably agree with me. Don't get used to me streaming on YouTube. I probably won't do it again after this. But, hi, Nate. So, yeah, Ro, if you're watching this, or if you're here, I'm calling you out. This bass part was shit. Anyways, let's watch this video. Also, the tone gets progressively worse. This tone is pretty bad. It's so bright. Also, another case of, excuse me. Another case of I didn't bother learning some of the parts, so I just let MIDI do it for me. No, I tell Ro shit all the time, it's fine. Honestly, I'm so upset that this song, I did this song then. I think at the time I was really happy with it, but now I'm just like, I butchered this. I love this song. So what can we take from these videos? Don't get in the VGM. Don't do it. Put your time into something. I'm not very active in many Discords. No way? It's crazy that Ro managed to wear red, and we didn't even coordinate that. Yo, so fucking chugs, dude. They're so intense. Oh my god. Don't VGM. Thanks, Phil. No, I would dislike this video. God, I love this song so much. Also, those chugs were definitely not on time. Yo, addition of brand new guitar. My first Schecter. How do you VG? You're too late for you, Nate. Sorry. Yo, a sweep! Oh, he's so good! He's cracked! He's cracked! No way, he fucking sleeped! Loam, I can guarantee you, I still don't know what that means. That's not me playing bass in the bottom left, Mr. Russells. That's someone else. Way too complex for the distortion it has. There's no way you would never hear all those notes. Yo, the ending, dramatic slowdown ending. Is too dislike. Nah, Lily. I dislike a lot of these old videos. Yo, the first video with brand new camera, with an actual camera. Let's go. I can't sweep. You don't understand, Nate. I could never sweep. I bullshitted my way through so many solos. Is the Rainy Day cover on this playlist? I don't think so. Yo, this is my, I just discovered Devin Townsend, and I really like Deadhead. It's because I played this game, Russell, so that's why. I played this. Most of my covers from like early days were like all shit that I've played. And then I stopped doing that, and I just covered whatever. I remember very clearly about this. Like, I really just heard Deadhead once. And I was like, I'm gonna do that. I can do that. That's also another running theme with my videos is I heard song once, and then I said, I can do that. I couldn't do that. This also contains the longest solo I think I've ever done in a video. No, actually, in the one in the final hours where I trade with Ro, that one that's longer, but this is the longest that's just me. Hello, CD Music, how are you? I also can't imagine who was going to look for this OST, but I guess 6,000 people did. It's just so, like, it's the Skull Kids cover is not in here. I tried to limit the amount of videos per era I put in. I tried to pick ones that were kind of significant. Yo, here comes the solo. You know what? I think I sent this to, like, for criticism from someone before, and I was told it was too long, and they're right. I actually haven't heard this solo in a long time. Rock and roll! Oh my god. This was me putting in 100% of my effort back then, too. This is all of my effort is going into this solo at this point in time. Yo, shreddy bit? Sloppy as fuck. Look at that video effect. Production. It's such a shit filter. Why did I do that? I use that like melody da 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 all the time, and it gets so overused. How long have I been playing guitar? I think like around 10 years. Hi, Michael. It's streaming takes it out of me. I do occasionally stream on Twitch, but only recently, and I only been playing Wind Waker randomizers, and most of the time I'm silent, because I'm just focusing. But don't tell Twitch that. Yo, drum fill? No way. Another fade out. I was a big fan of fade outs back then, because I couldn't write endings. I just couldn't write endings, so I just did fade outs. What's next? I actually forget entirely what's in this. Is this another? Okay, it wasn't. The tribute. Okay. We need to talk about this before we get into this. So, there was somebody in the VGM community named Dan Link that we all knew and we all were friends with, and one day he came to us and was like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna quit doing videos," and that made us really sad. Christian, you're gonna get in the embarrassment too. You're not escaping this. You're in this. So we were like, I was like, you know what? Let's make a video of a bunch of songs that he wanted to cover, and just get a bunch of people involved from the community, and just make a tribute to him. You know what, Louis? You shut up. But yeah, this is I fucking hate myself, Lily. There's so yeah, I got together a bunch of people. Christian, what could you possibly say about this section right here? The 1 minute of video you're in. What could you have to say about it? Anyways, to say is I asked a bunch of people who were friends to participate, and there's a part in this video that I just fucked up. Toxic X Eternity, great guitarist, pretty nice guy. You know, Christian, I will fucking call you. How about that? I'm gonna call you right now. I'm gonna call you right now. You better fucking explain yourself. Okay, Christian, what do you have to say?
Oh, fuck, there's a delay. Hang on. Sorry.
Delay on it.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I just muted your stream. We're good.
Yeah, but to say, what do you have to say about the Dan Link medley before we start watching?
I wanted to say that, like, what you're about to say about Jack Solo, I called out from the beginning, and you didn't listen to me. I feel like that's a very important detail to include here.
Yeah, you're gonna put me on blast right like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
There's so much, because at that point I had been working on this video for so long. I just wanted it done, and I didn't even bother to check what you said. I just was like, nah, it's fine.
No, it's cool. No, I remember like towards the end, I still remember you saying like, because I guess you had to like listen to it front to back to make like Melodyne work or something.
Yeah, I did, because like for some reason the tempo changes were fucking up Bryn's vocal performance, and it just messed with everything. I don't know why, but I had to like do it multiple times, and it fucked me up.
Yeah, well, like I just remember you saying like the sound of the click in Logic was like ingrained into your brain when
it was. It was. Also, Louis, you can't remove me from Bormson. I haven't broken any terms of my contract. I want to Bromson, dude. Anyways, we're gonna watch this video. Thanks for joining in, Christian.
No problem. You can kick me out at any point, by the way. I didn't want to like force myself in here, but
get out.
Alright, it is what it is.
It's fine. I'm trying to keep. People are gonna be mad. The Bormson boys will be mad. They'd be mauled and see you later. Because I invited you in here and I didn't invite them in here.
Look, the difference is I'm a VGM OG. I'm like on the same level. I'm on the same level of like degeneracy as
you know what, David. That's it. You're on blast. Get in here. I'm gonna put David in here. That's it, David. You're getting in here. You want to talk shit, David? Fellow Bormston artist, David Guitar. You know what? We're getting all the boys in here. Christian, you're going to meet a lot of people very fast.
Real friendship.
You're going to meet a lot of people very
I'm sorry
fast.
for whatever it is I've started.
You started it now. You started it now.
You started a revolution. That's what you started.
You did start a revolution.
Oh.
I'm going to add people. I'm going to expect you all to behave yourselves on stream.
Of course. Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Are you going to behave yourselves?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Yeah, let's continue on with the highlight reel. Oh, boy.
We're going to watch the videos now. Actually, the thing is, I have to go live and share my screen because y'all can't watch it.
I was gonna say that's not gonna work because it's just gonna be so.
Okay, everybody, we're going. Let's go. We're watching videos now. Here we go.
What's about this video, man?
Tell us. I did explain about this video. I made a medley for people for a guy who was quitting doing videos, and it made me sad at the time. So I decided to sit there and make a medley for him.
Tell us about this clip, Brandon.
Honestly, you know what? Save the stream. Save the stream, thank you. Oh yeah, Ro, you were on black.
I love the chewing sound effects, dude.
Oh my god.
It's so good. Moderator Luigi Masella, everybody.
Oh my god.
Hello, man on blast. Kareem, I remember I wanted him to make an electronic section for this, and he did, but he just didn't send it to me.
I'm feeling the soul, brother.
I remember it so clearly that he sent me, like, he sent the demo of an electronic section, and then he just didn't send me the parts, he just sent me his guitar parts.
So Brandon, what's your favorite hat in the background?
What is my favorite hat? Those couple cowboy-looking hats. Pretty favorite. Pretty goated.
Those are cool hats.
Oh, they're pretty cool hats. Bro.
What's about that hat, then?
Mikey, this great guy.
Is that guitar?
He got a guitar made that was him and his dad. I think built a guitar that was modeled after an Adventure Time guitar, and he got a bunch of people to sign it. Shit guitar, but you know
I
what?
swear to God, I'm losing my fucking mind at these like chewing and bleep sounds.
Louis, thank you. Louis, how many chips you got? How many chaps you got?
Christian, just mute Louis. It's fine.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if, like, you know,
You
if
could-
do it on screen.
Just mute him. It's fun.
Oh,
I will not be.
You can definitely hear it on the screen, dude.
I know you can definitely hear him. He's so fucking loud. Yo, there's Bryn. He did this in like one take. I'm turning Louis down a lot though.
I put him to like 30%.
Wait, he's...
How many chips do you have? Show me the bowl. Show me the container. You can't see it on stream, but he just showed an entire container of peanuts.
Yeah, that's a cool guitar you got back there, Louis.
Yeah, an Agile guitar, bro? Agile? Great guitar.
Oh, I love Brandon singing along in the video, dude.
Oh yeah, I did sing along in the video too.
Even though he's not singing along in the track, he's always singing along in spirit, and that really just describes Brandon in a nutshell. Right
It's
there.
true.
He's never with you in person, but he's always there in spirit.
This is the weakest section of the medley just because I don't like Pokemon music. And so I didn't know what to do.
Oh, you're gonna say because you don't like Nick for Sacred Panda?
Nah, Nick's a good. He's a good guy. Oh, I made his harmony way too quiet though. It's way too quiet.
Wait, we have a Rishad EB solo.
Oh yeah, Rich on
right?
EB solo. Rich is great. Yo, Kieran, it's your favorite man.
Yo,
Look at his. He's wearing the shorts. Dude.
unrecognizable.
He's wearing the shorts, dude.
It looks like he does product demo videos for Neuro DSP.
He absolutely does. I actually don't even. I don't know what he does nowadays other than continue to make good content. It's weird seeing Rich in this environment with that PRS and not a Majesty.
Also, is that like a pair of like drawn out pajamas on the bed, or is that like a person?
I have no idea. Yo, it's Reese again! He's back. I had to pitch correct
Everyone
one
in
bend.
chat, what's your favorite 16 mono video?
Oh my! It has to be the Yoshi.
I realize we just come in here and bombarded. There's not enough chat interaction.
Remember when this stream was about celebrating 7 years and now it's just...
let's get the chat interaction.
Guys, let's give it up for 16 mono.
Yeah, give it up for 16 mono.
16 mono, more like 7 mono. Get it, guys?
I just remembered as well, I forgot the fucking title of the stream is still has Kmac is here in parentheses.
Yeah, it does. It's said that the whole time. Yeah, the algorithm.
I mean, he's been here, so...
It's true, yeah.
He's been here.
Yo, Louis, please.
Yo, it's Christian! Christian is here! Look, there he is! Christian
Yo.
Richardson in the group, in the
Let's
call.
go. The goat.
The
Yo,
goat.
Louis, please. Goated.
Goated.
Okay, I almost missed it.
There it is. There he is! Look at that fucking child, my god. Christian,
I
you
think
look...
I was like,
How old were you?
I'm pretty sure I was 13 when we filmed it.
There's no way you were still 13. You had to have been like 14 or
No,
something.
I was. I'm looking at the date of the upload date.
You
right
were
now. I was
13?
literally 13. Yeah.
Yo, Brandon, I think the big question everyone's going is, what were you drinking when you were filming this?
What was I drinking when I was filming this? I was drinking sparkling water. Judging by the can that's in the background right now.
So that's not Sierra Mist, right?
It's not Sierra Mist. It's no. There's a can of black cherry sparkling Fedora tip incoming.
Oh my god.
This is the only video I wore the fedora in because Rich immediately messaged me after this video came out. It was like, yeah, it's kind of cringe and not professional.
Rich was like, Rich experienced secondhand embarrassment from this video. Like, just seeing you do that shit. I remember this is when you were like, fully just like, trying to embrace yourself with like,
I was trying to be really ironic at this point.
Yeah.
But Rich was like, no one's gonna take you seriously, and I was like, you know what, you're right. And that's when I ditched that. I never
you
was
make very serious videos only.
Yeah, I only make serious videos. No, I do not make any memes.
Brandon, I think if anyone could get away with wearing a fedora, it's a man who has multiple hats attached to his wall.
They aren't my hats!
Yeah, like-
okay. So like
You're like, alright, he's clearly the hat guy. He clearly knows what he's doing.
exactly. 16
Bro, I'm-
hats and
Okay,
wall.
so hold on, before we... This solo that's coming up is misaligned. It is early. No, it's late. It's actually late. This solo...
My brother.
It's off time. You wouldn't really know, but it's off. Like, it's off time. They're my dad's hats, I see.
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, you wouldn't notice it, but, like, I know now. Because he messaged me after the video came out. I was like, yeah, I think you put my solo in out of time. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Man's pretty good at guitar, though. I actually remember what's at the end of this video. I remember what's at the end of this video.
Brandon, do you remember what you put on screen in this section?
I do remember. I remember. It's a picture of you. It's a picture of you.
Yeah.
Rest. You know what? Looking at Matt now, it is like so.
Dude.
He's not the same person. He is not the same person anymore. There's Christian.
There's me on screen as Spider-Man. I love
As Spider-Man. I don't know. Like Matt does not look like the same person anymore. Matt is jacked as shit and really loves Jesus.
that. True.
Man really loves God. This is Rose Solo, which also has so many faces that you make that I had screenshotted every single one you did. I guarantee you one-taked this as well, because you were the first one to send it to me, Ro. I guarantee you you did this in one take. I am so scared. Let's check.
Cool,
I'm gonna check back into Louis real quick. Still eating.
Yeah, same, man.
Yo, Brandon, can you kick Louis from the cult?
You want me to kick Louis from this group, bro? I won't do it.
He's just waiting for an out, honestly.
It's the whole thing is coming through the stream.
Louis channeling Jay.
I turned him up. I only turned him up very slightly. I turned him up like ever so slightly, and then I turned it right back down. Goodbye, Ro.
Oh no,
Yo.
but isn't it coming through full volume on the stream?
No, because I turned him down on my end.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
Yo, Fedora is back. I tried to be sentimental here. I tried to be really oh yeah, Ro, you're wearing the same exact shirt. Do you just not change clothes? I remember I tried to make this like a really sentimental version of that song, I unplugged my microphone. Incredible. I tried to make this like really sentimental and cheesy, and it doesn't really work with the melody. I remember so clearly struggling to make the melody work with the chords I tried to pick.
This is cute.
This is...
I love the fedora, dude.
Oh,
That
that
just adds that special touch that like lets me know that you are like.
I was chewing gum while I filmed that too. I just was chewing gum, which is sadly a habit that I didn't grow out of for a while. Because even in like a couple years ago, I was still doing that.
And so now you chew tobacco now, right?
I do hard drugs. Hard drugs.
Of course.
Hi, Jason.
I saw
There's
this
no.
in person.
I should have put a fucking sepia filter on this. It would have been nice and epic.
Oh, that was cute.
Do I do theme songs for people? Commissions are closed at the moment, Jason.
Yeah, we will do a theme song for me, bro.
Oh, there goes. Goodbye, Kmac.
Oh, Kieran's gone.
Stream's over. Kieran's gone. What's the point? Kmac is not in stream anymore. Yo, key change. And too many harmonies. I used to think that was so cool, just adding all those harmonies, but now I realize how bloated it is.
Sounds cool.
It is too many harmonies. I think this was in the point of time where I was starting to get into like too many leads and just stacking leads on leads on leads. And then eventually I grew out of it. Great song, completely ruined though.
No, this is good.
I think there's a slowdown. Epic last chord
Guitar
though.
harmonies? Yo, it's clean, bro.
Yo, that last chord is actually fucking nice.
Man, play tip for door again. Now, ending funny bit that's not at all necessary. I just wanted to make fun of Mikey while we were here.
Oh, and, well, dude, you're making fun of me, actually.
I also am making fun of you. I'm making fun of both of you.
You're not even, you're literally, how are you even wait, what do you mean? You're not even making fun of Mikey here.
I did, because this is his mess up. He messed up in this take, and I kept it in.
Oh, that's right.
Mikey fucks up in this take, and so I kept it in.
And you decided to add
I decided to add your face.
Visual.
Great visual edit. Honestly, top 10 editing for me. Pretty intense editing.
Love how much content there is out
There's
there.
so much
of me
content.
as a 13-year-old child.
This is so bad. Why did I think this was a good idea? I just wanted to be funny. It's not funny. He's shredding though. Mikey is shredding. Oh my god, he is shredding so... Not even recognizable anymore. I don't even remember what video comes next. What even comes next? What could possibly be after this?
Is it the Yoshi Metal remix?
No, it's bloody. You know what? I'm gonna veto Bloody Tears. I'm gonna veto it. I'm gonna veto this video.
I've never seen this video before.
Well, you know what? We're going straight to Touch Fuzzy Get Dizzy.
Oh, this shit rules. Okay, this is like this is the best.
This is a video that you guys will not let me live down.
Of course we are.
Like Brandon's very short
Goodbye, Loam.
core fade, which I will never let
This-
him live down.
It was never a phase.
No, the reason why I'm saying I'll never let you live it down is just because, like, this is, like, some of my favorite work of yours. And I know you hate that.
I redid this recently. I re-recorded this.
You're right, you did.
Perform this live.
I did. There is video of me doing this at the NAMM B&B.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there is
What?
actually. There actually is footage of me playing
What?
this.
I didn't know this.
We forced him to play it. We forced him to play it.
I
did
had
not
not
know
played it like for years. I hadn't played it like since I
It
finished
sounded
recording
like
it.
you nailed it, honestly.
I mean, it's not that hard. But I only played rhythm as well, and the rhythms are really simple. So I can't really say much about it. But there is video of it. But also, I think another thing is, what did you just straw poll, Louis? Louis, I'm gonna turn you up again. What do you have to say for yourself? Thank you. That's Luigi Masella. Go stream Beantown on Spotify by the Proper Bean Munchers.
No!
Featuring no win, guys. That is the cherry on top.
Back to low volume he goes. There. Bring ha. Yeah, I re-recorded this, and then I just didn't do anything with it, which is also a common theme that I do, which is I re-record things, and then I don't do anything with them. Because it's too much work for me. This ending is stolen from a Day to Remember song. I mean, this whole thing is a Day to Remember song, but this is definitely stolen straight from a Day to Remember song. This is, what is it? Mr. Highway's thinking about the end again. Classic ending, though. Real classic ending. Oh, the video edits, holy shit.
I will now rejoin spectator mode. It's been a blast.
Boys are heading out. Goodbye, David. Thank you for joining me on this journey.
I will still be tuning in and maybe posting more personal information in the chat.
Thank
Your
you.
personal
Hi,
information.
Lorenzo.
Hey, fuck. Hey, Lorenzo. Oh, God. Maybe I should have left too. I don't know how to speak. What do we got coming up in this playlist, by the way? Or do you want to, like,
Next is the first Undertale cover, which I'm gonna have some words for this. Louis, I'm just so impressed with your staying power here. You have such staying power. They all left. You're still here.
literally just vibing?
You're vibing, man.
I'm gonna switch back to spectator mode as well, but I will still be in the stream.
Understandable. Thanks for joining me for a small bit of time, Louis.
No problem, man. Thanks for having
See
me
you
on.
later, Christian. Thanks for
See ya.
tuning in. Anyways, Undertale video. Hi, Louis. Thanks for sticking by. Special guest Luigi Masella on stream. He's eating mixed nuts. D's nuts, if you will. He's really having a good time. Riveting. Thank you for coming, Louis. I left the call. there was nothing more to say. There was nothing more to say. That was a fun distraction. I good friends. Unironically good friends. Undertale covers. So, yeah, Undertale happened. I covered this song, and it became the first video on my channel to go somewhat like... It's okay. Don't worry about it. It was never about engagement. It's about having a good time. But yeah, I did this cover, and it went off to be my most popular video, and it still is my most popular video, which is both a blessing and a curse. A blessing because it did kind of help me get a lot of things moving, and it made me feel a bit more confident in what I was doing. But also, it has ruined my metrics and possibly skewed all of the Max Burger. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? This video continues to skew my analytics so hard, and probably a majority of people who are subscribed to me are subscribed to me because of this video. So, yeah, let's go. Also, I remade this as well, and I only posted it on SoundCloud. So there's a 2021 version of this song on SoundCloud. Funny haha laugh. Walnuts, peanut. I remember, like, I don't know how long. It didn't take me that long to do this. I think I kind of, like, rushed this. So I think I only got it done, like, I don't know, in maybe, like, a couple days. I started working around this time, so because I got, like, I actually got a, what's what I'm looking for? I got a part-time job. Not even part-time, I had a seasonal job. And so I would work on this when I could, and then I would go to my job like a normal person who doesn't just sit here and do music all day. I was more productive when I had a job than when I didn't. But I put this out, and then I got, like, way more attention. And I remember I used to, like, when I was at work, I would just go into the bathroom and just sit on the toilet, not actually do anything. I'd just sit on the toilet and just read comments on this video, because I was getting a decent amount of comments at that time. And I remember just being like, oh my god, is this what it's like? Is this what it's like to be popular? In fact, actually, I'm pretty sure there's a... I can't tell when these edits were made. I stopped... Oh yeah, I remember 10k views was like a big deal. Like, to me, 10k views, I had never had a video with 10k views. Like, it had never happened before. Which I find, like, it's kind of weird to think about. I think, at this point in time, I probably wouldn't even had, I had less than 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, engagement on the can, my dude. I think at this point I definitely had less than 1,000 subscribers. This video pushed me to 1,000 subscribers. So I definitely remember that. But this video took off. Undertale for a lot of people. Obviously it didn't take off in the same way that Rich did. Rich, his Undertale videos gave him a career, unironically. I do remember, though, somebody had commented on the video saying, like, they said something, and they said, like, oh, you copy-pasted this, is what they said to me. They said I was copying Rich, and Rich said to him, like, this came up before mine, so he didn't copy me, he did this before I did. And the guy just didn't understand. Honestly, the fact that I was able to arrange anything at all is insane to me. I listened back to a lot of videos from mine, and I'm just like, how did I manage to do that? I can't do that now. I can only do it then. Damn, blast beats. This part would actually be impossible for a drummer to play. I know for a fact that I don't think a drummer could play this. Not like the blast beating, that's fine. It's just that coming up there is cymbal switching that's like way too fast. Like, I don't think a lot of drummers could do that. If there is, they're cracked as shit. Like, that symbol switching is so fast. I don't think it's possible. Honestly, mixing aside, this arrangement, the ending, I was proud of it for so long. For so long, I was just really happy with how this section came out. And then I have the updated version, so I can just listen to that. If I ever have the need to hear that ending section, I can hear it, but better. Honestly, as much as Undertale has kind of just really worn out its welcome for me, it's still a great game. Still an amazing soundtrack, and I'm very thankful that it came out. Because it was a very important soundtrack and time in my life, according to the metrics and analytics on my YouTube. It's time for the ending section, let's go. I think actually, there was a cover of Your Best Nightmare done by AH Music. I did not put Final Hours in this playlist because it's a long video. AH Music's Nightmare, and his version was so much better than mine. Unironically, it's so much better than mine, and his didn't get any views, and it made me so sad, because I was like, I wish I could give you the views I was getting on this video, because his was that good. I miss Alejandro, he's a great guy. And that's how that one ends. And then we have the other Undertale cover that I did. The other one, which I think for a while was like the benchmark of my quality at the time. Like, this was a video that I set, like, this is the benchmark. There's so many layers in this. I think not recently, but at some point, I might even still have this project somehow. I might still have this, but there's so many orchestra layers and guitar layers and harmonies and all this shit. I'm just like, how did I even know what I was doing? It is insane to me that this was something I was able to pull off at this point in time. There's a lot of Devin Townsend ripping in this one too, I think. Paul Fair, that's a fucking name I haven't seen in a while. And it's okay, Mr. Mac, everyone left. But the stream title is no longer clickbait, there is still Kmac. Paul, how you been? This is definitely a video of, like, it was really important to me as well at this point. I remember this is actually, I was still working that seasonal job, and this is, no spoilers, Rob. This is a video that I had planned out before I even tracked anything, because I would be at work and I'd be hearing the song in my head, and I'd just be like planning out the sections. So before I even recorded anything, I had an idea of how the arrangement was going to go, and I've never done that since. It is kind of crazy to me. It's good to see you back, Ball. Great to see you back in the fold, doing shit. Thank you for being here, Rob, by the way. Man is getting a taste of the cringe. God. And I still say at this point, like, I don't think I ever really got good until like 3 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago is when I finally felt like I was starting to get all right at it. Now I just have to get back to making content, and then I can say that I'm finally all right. Save the world. Also, I actually want to... This is at the point in time where I just gave up on filming entirely because I was just way too tired, and I did visualizers. And so I torrented After Effects and struggled to make visualizers because my computer couldn't handle it. Because, you know, a 10-year-old Mac tower probably wasn't designed to run After Effects and do a bunch of particles and shit. Poor thing was struggling. But I made it work, and then eventually I went back to filming videos because some people really were not happy that I stopped doing performances. Which I can't blame them. I've come to reappreciate the performance aspect. We skipped over it, Mikey. I'm sorry. It was too many medleys in the thing. I put way too many in. We had to skip over it. However, it is a standout in terms of arrangements. I'm sorry, Mikey. I'm sorry. You know, if I feel like we have time late, we'll go back and watch it. If we have time later, we'll go back and watch it. I will do that. I also, at this point, I was still playing in drop C, or open C tuning, so my chords were just really bizarre. And way too fucking cluttered for the amount of distortion I was using and the amount of layers I was having. There's like too much information trying to be shoved into one chord with the amount of just layers going on. The build-up. Yo, what's good? How you doing? How you doing, my guy? Ugh. I'm choking, don't mind me. Yo, the emotional impact. The emotion. TV, you don't understand. For this almost an entirety of year 2 of making videos, I was obsessed with Devin. I was obsessed. I played in OpenC. I used a shit ton of reverb and delay. I would just steal riffs from him all the time. Like, I was just obsessed with the guy at this point. To the point where I was like, this man could do no wrong. Rob, the more you ask, the less likely it's gonna happen. You know this. You've been around. The build-up. There's a flute or piccolo in there, and I hated how it sounded, so I turned it really far down, so what was the point? We already watched the Yoshi cover, Rob. There's nothing you can do. You can't hold that video over me. Is that Wes? Even live? If you link the live performance, we will sit here and watch it. Yeah, I know. Link it, Rob. I dare you. I'll show it. It is... this section also goes on for a really long time, but I was like, I gotta express the emotions. I gotta put the feels in, you know? Gotta make them feel something. And then a fade out. And then it fades out. Subscribe! Subscribe! And there it goes. Subscribe. I think, another, why did I put so many medley? Actually, somebody specifically asked me to show this. Somebody actually asked me to show this, so we'll watch this, or we'll watch most of it. So, Pony Island was a game I played after Undertale, and I liked it a lot. And so I was like, you know what, I'll make a medley of this, because I couldn't decide on a song to cover, so I was like, I'll just do a medley. I believe this is the last medley I've ever done. I have not done another medley since this. Because I couldn't take it anymore. But this actually got me, the guy who composed it, Jonah Senzel, actually, you're a bit loud there, friend. The guy who composed this, Jonah Senzel, actually reached out to me on Twitter and was like, hey, I saw this video, I really liked it, what's your address? It didn't go exactly like that, but he basically reached out to me and he was like, hey, like, send your address, we have some gifts we can send to you. And so they sent me a vinyl of the Pony Island soundtrack with a handwritten note from Jonah, as well as like his work notes from when he was working on one of the songs. And I still have it. I've never listened to the vinyl because I don't have a player, but I have it. Also, David, when I get around to arranging it, but I remember this medley being like, as the last medley I did, I felt kind of proud of a lot of stuff in it. A couple cool sound design bits. I don't think we're going to listen to the whole thing because it is a bit long, but there's a couple bits I kind of want to point out. The section do be grooving though, it do be swinging a bit. Rob, is this video safe to watch on stream? And you know what I mean when I ask you that. That was good sound design, by the way, earlier. That was some alright sound design. It's just stock shit and glitchiness. Okay, well, after this, we'll put that on. I'll put it on. We're gonna skip forward because it is a lot of the same. I remember very specific, we're just gonna skip around in this, but I remember I tuned my guitar, this was on 7-string, and I tuned it the way Devin tuned his 7-string. And the G string was it was such low tuning, my bass could not handle it, my guitar couldn't handle it, nothing could handle it. And I still decided to tune that low. It's so muddy. This song right here. This is the song that made me want to do a medley, because I didn't just want to do this one song, so I decided to do a medley. Is that a resident sleeper in chat? Luigi Masella. How could you? And we're just gonna skim this. People said to me to make this longer, like this section longer. I don't know why. Mega Shred, thank you. But, thank you. I think Kraid's Lair is in this. But, people wanted this section longer, and I didn't get it, because it was mostly this section. Mr. Luigi Masella, you are on 2 strikes. If I see one more bad thing from you, I'm gonna unmod you. Oh, this section has really gratuitous bass drops. Kieran, you're gonna like this. There's so many bass drops in this. But they're not distorted. I should have distorted them, but there's just a lot of bass drops. There's so... I think at some points the bass drops get so intense. thought it was cool. All right, Luigi, that's it. I have put you in timeout, Louis. I actually didn't think it was possible to do. So many bass drops. I think I'm gonna skip forward a bit. I want more bass drops. Give me more bass drops. I think the bass drops come back. Yes! More bass drop. I should have done a Jedridge and just distorted them. Just flipped the shit out of them. Shout out to Jedridge, by the way. If you haven't listened to Jedridge, you're missing out. Go listen to the Jedridge. It could have been Avatar Kit. My kit at this point was such a mess. It was so many... It was so many samples. And I don't doubt that Avatar was in there. My kit was just Frankenstein. Ever try a baritone guitar? I actually have the Gretsch baritone guitar. I feel like I was trying too hard to cop on Lowe's style, so I just don't really use it that much, and I probably will sell it and get a different baritone that's just something that'll suit my needs instead of just trying to copy Lowe's. I think the cymbals are Metal Foundry. It definitely would have been, because they were the best cymbals I had at the time. Yo, that chug is so sloppy. It also sucked to record. I do remember that sucking, trying to play that. At the time, they were the best cymbals. Like, I still think that. Anyways, we're gonna get a bit forward here. There's a lot of leads coming up, I believe. There are a lot of leads, yes. That lead part is so sloppy. Jesus. What was I thinking? That was an ABGN. That was such a fucking dumb ABGN thing to say. What were they thinking? Anyways, we promised Rob that we would watch this. Anyways, I believe it says subscribe right here. There it is. I promised Rob we'd watch this. So here's live performance of me. Yep. There I am. Playing Yoshi's Island. Look at him go. Yeah, it was your guitar, David. You sold it. He's getting so down. He's getting so down. I don't miss Nam, I miss the hangs. I definitely don't miss Nam, but I miss hanging with the friends. Thank you, Rob, for filming this. I got a one-man pit going. Which, you know what? Better than most people can say. Oh, this is where... times. Yoshi. Anyways, that was that. Thank you for sharing that, Rob. It's impressive that I still knew how to play that at that point. Oh, castle theme. Now this is the time where I'm like, I love Opeth now. This is when I started doing Patreon requests, and I wanted to start making them like my arrangements more complex. So this entire thing is just Opeth. It is just fucking watershed Opeth. And that's it. Welcome back, user Luigi Masella to the chat. Interesting that you didn't lose mod after getting timed out. I guess it's different than Twitch. This is just Heir Apparent. I just heard Heir Apparent. No, because this was a request for Alejandro. And Alejandro, his favorite band at the time was Opeth. So I just listened to a bunch of Opeth. And then it just turned into this. It's literally Heir Apparent. I think the other thing I improved at was my my plagiarism. My plagiarism gets so intense near the tail end of my videos. I tried to get proggy with weird... I think there's like a section that has like a random time signature for no reason. Rename this to what if Opeth was video games. I should. There's no reason to keep it this. I should just do that. Finally, how long is the video? 1.5 minutes, and now the main part finally comes in. I don't get why I decided to get that time signature weird there, but it is what it is, I guess. I think I'm playing... I am. So the pick I'm holding right now is, what if the resident was sleeping? Opeth is video games. The pick I'm holding is a Timbertone Buffalo Bone pick that was given to me by Little V-Mills when I met him at MagFest. And so he gave me this pick and I recorded with it. I regret it so much. It's so glassy. The pick attack is just so, like, it's just fucked. The pick attack was not defined. And so many tracks were ruined by it because you just can't hear the pick attack. I used that pick a lot though. I wore it down so hard. I used to switch picks all the time, but now I stick with one kind. Okay, so this was the entire thing was Heir Apparent, but now we're switching into Lotus Eater. Because the section changes. So now we're Lotus Eater. It's just so many rip-offs. Me too, Louis. I also hate video game music. I should have gotten in trouble for this section here. that's just fucking Lotus Eater. It's so much. It's so much. I think I was so dedicated to the ripping off Opeth bit that I actually downloaded the isolated bass track from an Opeth song and tone matched my bass to it. That's how dedicated to ripping it off I was. And then back to Heir Apparent for the solo section. This is back when I was into putting references in my solo, so I'm worried that it's some solo is gonna have the lick in it, and I'm gonna hate myself. There was a Rainbow Road reference here. There's a Rainbow Road here in minor. It's called the Rainbow Road. It is a road that you go. For the reason why I put a reference to Rainbow Road there, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. Wait, hold on, there's a lick here, no! Why? I hate myself. Why? That must have been right as I discovered the lick, and I thought it was so funny. I did quote Undertale on a Sonic album because someone said I wouldn't. The lick in any context outside of jazz, bad. And then back to Lotus Eater. God, somebody... The sad thing is I didn't stop referencing shit in my solos for so long, and I regret every single reference. To this day. I regret just not putting in the time to actually write something. Remember when annotations were a thing? Because this is annotation littered. It had annotations all over it. But annotations died, so now none of them work. No. Okay. This is an important cover. This is important to me. For reasons of... It was when I started to finally feel like I was understanding mixing. I just had the Slate bundle, because on my when I had a Patreon, one of the goals was if I reach this amount, I will be able to download the Slate bundle and pay for the monthly fee. Which is true, I literally couldn't do that at that time. I had to have Patreon money to be able to pay for that. And I finally started to realize how mixing worked, but also there's still so much wrong. I think this was at the point where I didn't realize that when I was recording DI into my interface, I was not using the line in. I wasn't using whatever setting you're supposed to use for instrument cables, like DI, I wasn't using. Because it was so loud that I was like, oh, that must mean that it's not the right setting. I'll hit this button to turn it down. So all of my DI was just really quiet. It was really bad. So the tone is so muddy on this. Also, the bass was recorded with a Rickenbacker because it was the only 4-string bass I had available to me. It was on loan from a friend. So it's a fucking Rickenbacker bass playing gent. Anyways, here we go. Also, that 8-string right there, that is the first guitar I bought with my own money. I am still, despite the bad mix decisions and the bad tone, I'm still really proud of this video. There's so much reverb, though. There's so much reverb. Everything is just soaked in reverb. I can only ever so slightly hear the bass. It did not sound good enough to warrant me putting further up in the mix. This is still one of the best arrangements I've done for a Pokemon song, though, to be honest. Yo, speaking of this cover being commissioned by that guy, I wasn't commissioned, but this was your request. I made this for you, Sam. This was for you. It's so genty. Do I track rhythm parts 2 times or more? Standard is always double track. If I need to beef a section up, I'll quad track. But standard is usually double track. There's also a reference to Make Total Destroy here. I remember. Honestly, kick me damn, that snare is not that bad. I'm probably slamming the fuck out of it with compression, but it does not sound that bad. Here's my Make Total Destroy rip. Even using the glitch kit from Battery. Oh yeah, there's a solo from Rich in this too. I feel that way, Charles. How are you doing? It is literally just Make Total Destroy. Also, Firemaster, it has been 7 years since I started making videos, so I decided to look from where I came from to today. See how I've progressed from garbage to just alright. I'm a madman for trying to play chords on that tuning that low. Anyways, Rich solo. Thank you, Rich, for playing a solo. Now this ending riff is just a steal from Animals as Leaders. 100%, I definitely stole Nephel or Nephili. I don't know how you pronounce it, but the last song on Joy of Motion, I just ripped that part off. As is tradition with me and covers, is to steal things from artists that are better than me. You know what? I would have never known that, Charles, and in fact, I still didn't know that to this day, because I don't play Pokemon. Also, this part's edited to shit. I remember, I remember just editing and chopping this so hard. Another fade out, too. Also, Lavender Town reference, I guess. Anyways, next video. Oh, the end of year 2. It feels like it's taken so long to get to this fucking point. Anyways, filming video out in the woods. I had my friend film this for me. Honestly, I feel like listening to this, I haven't listened to this in a very long time. I do remember the outro just didn't hit the way I wish it did. Also, when we were filming this, a bug landed on my fretboard, and I was just like, please do not get caught under a string. I do not want to just smear you across my fucking fretboard. I don't think I did. It flew off before that happened, but I was really worried that would happen. Also, in case you're wondering, I was listening to this. I had it on my iPod Touch. I put the cover on my iPod Touch, stuck it in my fucking flannel pocket, shirt pocket, and just turned it up as loud as I could. which is really hard to hear. I remember being kind of like really proud of this cover though. You can't see it in this shot. I believe it shows up later in the second half. I remember this arrangement being like, at that time, like the solo guitar stuff, this is when I started getting really into like the ambient cleans and making like soundscapes of shit. God, that fretboard is dirty. I never cleaned it. Disgusting. I'm waiting for the bug to show up. It doesn't... Actually, no, it's there. You can see it. Right there. It is right here. There's a bug on that fretboard. This was just in the backyard of my friend's house, and there was just spiders and shit everywhere. I hated filming this video, but I wanted to make it look nice for the ending of my year 2 videos. Oh yeah, this video was 5 years ago today, so 5 years ago today. This was 5 years ago, Jesus Christ. Honestly, and then it kicks in. This is back when I started using... Actually, no, this is right around the time I started using Slate drums. So my kick and snare is now Steven Slate drums. Which doesn't last that long. I almost immediately switched to get good drums. Because it just didn't... Those drums, like, nothing I made with them ever made it to a video. I usually just either dropped it or they were just other things. So by the time it got into a video, it only made its way into 2 covers before I switched to GGD. I did try to convince you to use Slate drums, and now look at me now. I don't use it at all. It's very rare that I'll use it. Drum fill? No way. That crunch tone is so bad. That guitar could not do these kinds of sounds. That tone is like way too scratchy. Oh, this next section, I remember, I was like, no, we gotta get some cool landscape shots. We gotta get some stuff to make the video look cinematic. We gotta make this look cinematic. And so I just, like, shot a bunch of just stock-looking footage. I've never filmed a video outside ever again after this. Actually, I hate to pause it at a break, but I have to explain this, and I won't be able to explain it before that section's over. There's this drum fill, like this like kind of reverb drummed fill going on, or in the background, just snare rolls. That was bounced from a different preset, like different drum settings I had, because I switched drums halfway through making this, and so the drum sound is just completely different. And it's also just like an entire drum set through like a plate reverb, so it sounds really shit, and it's not at all the effect that I wanted it to be. It doesn't sound like drums in a room, it sounds like drums being fed through a reverb. Look at these shots, it's so meaningful. It's so moody. Here's my friend. That was the first time I used Final Cut Pro's stabilized video thing, I think. I remember being so upset with this part in the final product because the guitars are just so shrill, and I tried so hard to fix it, and I couldn't. For some reason, I was just unable to stop these guitars from sounding this shrill. Which sucks, because, like, it's supposed to be really intense, but the guitars are just fucking... I specifically wanted to film this video near a fire pit. I remember so specifically, like, that was the idea. But we took too long, and so some of the shots are just so dark. Like, this shot is so dark. Also trying to remember how to play it while I'm playing it. This shot was not great. This shot was pretty alright. Fake slow-mo. Yo. Rocking out. And then the ending. God, my hand was stretching so much there. The chords I played were so stupid. 2 years of YouTube. Here's to many more. Oh, you regret saying that now, don't you? You regret saying that now. Okay, so now we're going to kind of transition away from stuff I was doing. Around this time, this is when I started doing like commission work for people. I'm sure John would not be happy that I'm showing this because this is old. But around this time, I became friends with Jonathan Young. And this was... I had known him or spoken to him for a while, and he always said, like, I would love to hire you to make instrumentals for me. And I was like, oh, that could be cool. And so I agreed. And this was the first one we did. God, this video is... Why the fuck does this video have so many views? Anyways, listening back to it now, there's so many problems with this, but it was the start. Anime, by the way. Oh, there's a guitar solo in this too. Is that synth out of tune? That synth is ever so slightly out of tune, I just noticed. Drum sounds are significantly better, though. Guitar tone's not that much better, though. My lead tones for so long were so bad. I still think they still need work. But this point in time, my leads were so shit. There's actually such a huge problem with this section, which is all the low end comes back. There's no low end for like the entire thing, and this section just has so much low end. And so that when it kicks out of this section, you just feel the low end disappear. There's like a good amount of low end here, and then the section ends, and it's like, where'd the bass go? All the low end's gone. The bass was just so quiet in the mix. This is also back when I filmed on a backdrop. I literally, I think, oh, what was it? I used to have like a dresser in my room. I moved it into the closet. It like moved so much out of my room just so I had space to film it. My room was small at the time. And so I moved so much shit out of the way just to have that backdrop. And if I pulled the camera even like 5 inches back, you would have seen wall. I had no space to work with. Bad solo, by the way. Reference. Oh, that's so rock and roll. Oh my god. Eat your heart out, Loam. Oh. God. guitar solos suck. But this was the beginning. This is when we started. This is when me and John started working together, and we still work together. But I did a harmony here in the background. I'm singing that harmony. I remember reading a comment saying, "Who's the female singer who sang that harmony in the back?" You can tell because it stands out so much. I don't even know what microphone I would have been using at this time, but it definitely wasn't a good one. Jonathan Young, subscribe to Jonathan Young on YouTube. Okay. This, I think, was like one of the peaks of terms of like arranging at this time. And it was on the anniversary of Undertale coming out. And this video, I remember just being like, I tried really hard. I tried so hard. Harder than I think I've tried in a lot of videos at that time. Because I remember I had like an old arrangement of it that was really bad and I canned it. And then eventually I revisited it and I managed to finish it. And that became this video. There's like a lot of arranging decisions that like I don't know. What was I thinking? Like, that's the kind of thing where I'm just like, I couldn't have made this video now. It only could have been made at this time. Like, there's just so many weird decisions I made, and I'm not like, I can't explain why I did it. I was just like, I'm just gonna do this. Which I think is something that is, the more critical you are of yourself, it's harder to do because you're thinking too critically of it, so you don't have that like urge to just do shit for the fun of it. Like, just the random changes in the way this song just goes places. Thinking about it critically, like, I probably wouldn't have done it now because I would just be thinking, nah, that's too dumb, it doesn't make sense. It'll sound bad. But like, back then you don't care because you just want to do stuff. You just want to do weird shit with your stuff. And so you're not afraid or worried about, like, will it make sense? You'll just do it. But you know what? Just don't be afraid to do things, I guess. And this is where it gets into weird changes. I wanted to like implement all parts of Undyne into this song, so I like reference like every time her theme comes up in any of those songs, I would bring it in. So I wanted to bring in like Spear of Justice. So that's why I transitioned to like this 1 2 3 1 2 3 section. And so I'm trying to reference like Spear of Justice. Ugh. Which I don't think I actually changed the tempo. I think the tempo is still like 1 2 3 4 1 2, like whatever. The tempo was like, this tempo was still the same as it was before, and I didn't change it. So I'm like I'm still letting you click. It's like 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. I was just too lazy to change the click. I remember so clearly that I loved this melody so much. I fucking loved that melody. And I wanted to delay putting it in until I built up to it enough. So I just put it off until I like built to this point and then played the melody, and that's where we go into the ending. And I remember that so specifically being what I wanted to do. Any current projects planned out? Not really. I've been kind of on break because I've been really burnt out on a lot of stuff, and I've been trying to get my life together. So I've been I put myself on break. So it's been weird not really doing a lot of music. I just have only recently been working on personal projects and stuff. So it's kind of weird getting back into it, but I needed to take a break, and I've been taking a backseat to stuff. Also, there's a reference to Killswitch Engage in this. It's just a straight rip of Arms of Sorrow. Arms of Sorrow in the layer guitars. That's just Arms of Sorrow. I mean, it's just back then you just don't think about it because you don't have a measure of like what's right or wrong or like what's good or not good to yourself. So you're just willing to try stuff because everything's new to you and you're always improving. I think Ben Jordan talked about that in a video. Pausing just to talk about this because I think it's interesting. But Ben Jordan made a video about that where he talked about where when you're starting out, you're always improving. You're always getting better at something. And so you're always like excited about new projects and new things you're learning, and you're always willing to try something because you're learning something. And at some point you plateau, like where you're just like the amount of improvement you can get is just so little. And that's what causes this like really hypercritical stuff, is that you're trying to get better at something. And so you're just so critical of your own ideas that it's hard to just try something out. Anyways, next video. Oh, good old... People still to this day comment like, I don't get how this is Gygas's theme, or like not really Gygas cover, but good original metal song. A lot went into actually putting as much of the original into this video as possible. Like, there's a lot of liberties taken, but we reference the original heavily. I can't explain it very well, but every section of Gygas's theme is represented in this video in some way. Also, the chugs is actually Morse code. I can't tell you what we said, but I can't remember what we said, or even like the patterns we used to display it, but like the da 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 da, that's like supposed to be Morse code. Which is something I used to be like really into doing back then for some reason, was taking like Morse code and turning it into rhythms. I don't remember any of what it said, but it's supposed to say something. Also, I tried to make the video cinematic, so I told me and Alejandro just like start freaking out, and I wish I still had the video of Alejandro just running around in his studio. He also got into the fetal position and started rolling around. It was funny. I really wish I still had that video. Sadly, I don't think I have it anymore. When does the song start? Long intro, skip. Yeah, this is supposed to be Morse code, but it's so heavily altered that I couldn't tell you what it was. And this really was like a collaborative effort between me and Alejandro. Like, there was a lot of talking back and forth on what we should do for the various sections and stuff. But like, yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of references to the original theme. Like, there's this Doom to there's a section in Gygus' theme where like it just drones on this sound for a little while, and that's what that section was, is we droned for a little bit. And that was a reference to that. So like we did put a lot of effort into trying to make each section reference the original. It's just that it's so transformative, it's hard to tell. Also, shout out to Periphery, because that's when I figured out the weird drop A tuning that they do. Blast beats! Let's go! Alejandro was really sad that I wasn't rocking out in the video, but I couldn't. There's no space in my studio for that. Like, in the backdrop, there's no space for me to do that. I had to film everything super up close to get it so you couldn't see my wall. Alejandro did all the sound design for this part. There's like screaming in the background. Like Alejandro sampled some screaming and shit. I'm not talking about Peripheric. I'm talking about Periphery, the band. Oh, the praying section. Oh, cringe. Oh, it's cringe. Oh, it's cringe. Alejandro did this section, though. He was really good at it. This is also a Loon ripoff. This is just Loon. Alejandro wrote most of this section, and I'm pretty sure this entire section was him. Me praying for a better day, but God's not listening. He also wrote like a lot of the chords. Like he wrote these really cool like chord parts where he was playing like higher up and I was playing lower down, and it was really cool. This section was phoned in though. Literally, as I was editing this video, I realized I didn't film the acoustic bit, so I had to go back and set up and quickly film the acoustic bit. Also, you can tell that I didn't practice the lead part before filming because it's so awkward looking. I did not practice the acoustic bit before filming. We wanted to tell the story of the entire fight in one video, so that's why this section was in. Yeah, this is a reference to Pantera. I tried to do that like interesting like pitch effect, but I didn't have a pedal, so I had to just like draw it in with automation, and then eventually I got too lazy to keep drawing it in randomly, so I just copied and pasted the same thing, so it just goes wheel 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 wheel. Really irritating sounding. This ending bit, okay. I used the plugin called Stutter Edit, and I just fed white noise into it. Stutter Edit is so easy to get infinite delay loops. I don't know why, but I blew my eardrums out making this final section because it just the delay just fed back on itself. It just went crazy, and it just blew my speakers out. Also, this sound right here. That like weird like sputtering sound at the end. I don't know what caused that. I didn't put that in. I don't know where it came from. Ah, yes. Real cinematic hours. This mix is shit. This is back when I started mixing on monitors, like actual monitors at this time. Because up until this point, I've been mixing on like tiny Bose speakers with a subwoofer. And so this is like the first set of monitors I owned, and I think they were like PreSonus Eris E5s or something. And I referenced Periphery Loon as a reference mix, which was a horrible mistake because there's orchestra, and the orchestra is really bright. So I thought my mixes had to be incredibly bright, when in reality, the orchestra was just making all of the high-end information look really intense. So for like a good while, all of my mixes are just incredibly bright and don't have enough bass. Which is really bad. Ooh, that was rough. I love Valhalla Shimmer. There's a lot of Valhalla Shimmer on this mix. I believe that like pad sounding thing in the background is actually just a guitar. Just with the wet knob turned all the way up and feedback really high. So that's why you just hear this in the background. Somebody commented that the lead tone was too saturated for this section, and I agree with it. This guitar tone is just way too intense for this lead section here. I should have backed it off a lot before going into like the next sections. God, I really fucking love Periphery at this time, because this is also just Loon again. The drum pattern in this next section, I believe, is just the drum pattern from Loon, but it's not in 7. This drum pattern. Yeah, this is just the... Yeah, it's the pattern from Loon. Pinch harmonic? That punch-in. Holy shit. Unison band. And then it finally kicks in. That's like also a common theme of like my videos was just like I stretch it out so long. I just stretch out the shortest pieces just so long, and it's just like I really just like build up. Playing with my thumb over the neck. Okay, Mark Holcomb. This probably would have also been around the time that I started learning about what chords Mark Holcomb played. So I started to implement those chords into my playing. This is a reference to my Torvis Bog cover. Which is the closest that ever got to being remade. Oh yes, orchestral ending. Really badly programmed strings. By the way, there's an Undertale reference in this. You can't even hear the clean guitars. Undertale reference incoming. violin sounds so bad. I don't know why I quoted Undertale. It is a mystery to me why I quoted Undertale. It's the game had been out for a year. Quoting Undertale was not a funny thing to do anymore. Oh, rocking out. I feel like I've done the same exact section in so many songs. Look at that font spacing. Epic piano outro. Oh, and then a really intense chord to end it on. That sounded so bad. That chord just did not feel natural. God, remember making music. Next video. Having fun. We're having fun. Okay, I think I put this video in because it's another one of those videos that got oddly popular. I had never played Persona in my life. It was a Patreon request. I had never played a game in my life. So I did it for the money. But I got a list of a couple people to help me with this. David Russell on piano, Tara C. Music played some violin, and Laura Plott did the ending piano because there was a very specific vibe I was looking for. So let's get into it. This mix on this sucks as well. You did watch me play all of Persona 4 Golden. And I never even heard this song. Actually, no, I did hear this song in context, eventually. David, you're so right. This stream is me facing myself. It all comes around. It was all Persona. Major Persona vibes. I remember being like so lost doing this cover though, because it's already rock, so I was like, what can I add to this? It was Luigi all along. He was the killer. That quiet town was forever tainted. Oh yeah. By the way, David Russell, fucking amazing pianist. Incredible. Man's just fucking killed it. Man, look at those fingers. The good thing is we're almost approaching the age of covers where I'm like, you know what? Not that bad. This song has so many sections. I've forgotten how many sections this song has. I believe I just told Tara to just do whatever. No, I told Tara there's like a violin solo that came up and I didn't feel like transcribing it. So I think I just told Tara, do whatever you want. Yo, I'm dancing? Yeah, I just told Tara, do whatever you want here. More breakdown. Dabbing? I don't even think dabbing was a thing at this point that was like in the cultural norm. Yo, epic video filter. It's true. I was just like, I have the effects in Final Cut. I'm gonna use them. Epic camera shake too. Oh, epic camera shake. Such a weird effect. And yeah, I had no context for anything about Persona at this point in time. That snare is so distorted. Jesus. What was I doing? I still specifically remember what kit it was. It was the Progressive Easy X, but the kick was just replaced with, like, I think a Metal Machine kick. Shout out to the collaborators. They made me sound much better than I actually am. Joey Sturgis says, clip your snares. I don't think that much clipping. Good ending. Okay. I still, as much shit I've talked about myself this entire stream, I love this video. To this, there's been a couple times where I thought about remaking it, but I think that, like, I couldn't make it better than I did at the time. I love this video a lot, and it still has a very special place to me. That's one of my favorite videos I've made. And there's very little I can say negatively about it besides, like, oh, the mix isn't that great. Because that's a given. It was 4 years ago. But, okay. I was really into one song by Angels and Airwaves. And that was really it. Which was The War. Yo, hello. Honestly, it's the second one. It's the second one, Snorks. How you doing? Also, jump in camera quality, because shout out to good friend Corey. Fucking love Corey. Man just gave me a camera when I didn't have a camera to use. He just gave me one. Fucking goated. I love Corey so much. Miss him. This is also using Evil Drums, which I found a torrent for. I found a torrent for Evil Drums and started using it. Only for this video, though. I remember actually, for some reason, I don't know what compelled me to do this, but I exported all of the, like, the drum mics out of Superior Drummer and imported them in, so there's bleed on everything. I don't know what compelled me to do that, but there's bleed on all the mics. I need to experiment with evil drums more. I've used it very occasionally. Oh, good build-up, honestly. This is gonna be one of the few times where I actually give myself credit. I think I stopped using bias at this point because I just figured I could do better than bias, which is the guitar plugin I used at the time, and I just switched off of it at this point, and I was using other stuff. I think this is like Hybrid by Lapoo, which is like a fairly, at that point it was out for a while, but it sounds great here. It doesn't sound that bad. I didn't understand at the time that the Hybrid was actually two different Marshall versions. I think the JCM and the JMP. I didn't understand that, so I just used both of them, and I didn't understand that they're supposed to be different amps instead of just... I thought one was just a high gain, one was a low gain. I didn't get an Axe Effects until 2018, I believe. In 2018 was the year of the Axe Effects. I used so many amp sims before I landed on Axe Effects. Which is funny that you mention it, Sam, because at the time, it did cost me like almost all of my money to buy an Axe Effects. I spent so much money on the first Axe Effects. Or on my Axe Effects 2. And then a year later, or like not even a year later, a month later, they announced the 3, and I felt so dumb. I don't know if Rob's still in chat, but Rob ordered his Axe Effects like the same day or week they announced the 3. I was very pissed. But then a year later I bought a 3 anyway and sold the 2. I started doing just dumb stuff at the end of this video. I don't know why I did this. Clap, clap, clap. To be fair, I can't explain a lot of the stuff I do at the end of videos. Anyways, that is one of my favorite videos that I've ever done. Still to this day. A good soft spot in it. Speaking of favorite videos, I don't think Mr. Legendav is still here. But if he was, he helped me play the bass on this video. And this is so when Persona 5 came out, I kind of just lost control of my life. And by that I mean I did nothing but just wake up, play Persona, go to sleep. I would wake up, play Persona 5. There was actually a time where I played Persona 5 for a very long time, fell asleep playing Persona 5, woke up, and then continued playing Persona 5. It was really bad. And so I just did nothing for like that amount of time, and I felt so bad. So like my channel just had nothing going. I've been like pretty consistent with uploading, and there was just a period of time where there was nothing on the channel because I was playing Persona 5. So makes sense to cover Persona 5. This tone is the best it could be. I wanted it to be like a split coil sound, but I didn't have a guitar with split coils. So this is the best I could get. This Schecter put in so much work. I put it through a lot, but it served me for a very long time. It was my main guitar for like a very long time. Until, it would have been, I would have, maybe, I actually don't remember. I guess we'll see it eventually, I guess, but at some point I bought the PRS that I use now. It would have been after I bought the Axe-Fx for sure, though. So after I bought the Axe-Fx, I had a PRS. That ended up becoming my main guitar. And now I am forever trapped with PRS for as long as I'll live. I also remember that I don't know, another one of those times where I wanted to. I don't know what you're talking about, Rob. My mic sounds always terrible. I wanted this to be. It's another case of I wanted to tell the story of like the song and the character it was about through the cover. So like I was really trying to get that, which, you know, some people think I got up to interpretation, I guess. Hello, Lori. Thanks for showing up. No worries about being late, it's fine. We still got some videos to go. Yeah, this cover to me was also like, it was pretty important to me to make this cover, because there's just something about like the emotional impact of like that last section that I wanted to get really right. I remember very clearly that I wanted to convey cringe, cringe, epic, deep talk here, emotional stuff, but I wanted to like convey that feeling of like that Futabo's like felt so alone and isolated, so I brought it down to this one guitar, like really quiet, with like a lot of reverb in it to feel like it's just in this big space but completely alone. It's like this whole wide world but just confined to this one place. And then like all the people, like she comes out of her shell with the help of friends, and that's when like all the instruments just kick in. It's like her world's been like blown open. And so like a bunch of people like have come into her life and stuff. And so that's what this section was supposed to be. Can you tell I heard whatever that once, there's a Sean song that just came out at this time that I heard, and that's why this song sounds like this. It was Water Slide. Water Slide had just come out. It was Water Slide. And I think, I try, Lori, but yeah, I think for this, I like this part. I tried to be like, there's always that fear, like, of being alone, and that's what this part is recognizing. It's like, it's a callback to that, to the, like, the vast emptiness of, like, that was supposed to, like, be, like, loneliness. So, like, there's always that fear, like, that fear of loneliness there. Anyways, that's my shut up me from the past. I don't know, I always, at this point, I was always trying to tell stories through the music and try to convey the situations of the story of the game I was playing the song from, but also, like, put my own interpretation and feeling into it. Probably for some people, this is oops, hit my mic. Probably for some people, and maybe even for me, that was kind of like my golden age of, like, this is when I really had a where I was kind of on top of my arranging game. Anyways, here's a dumb song I did with John. So context, I had flown out to California around this time, and me and John, I told John, hey, let's do a stupid cover of Every Time We Touch, because it'll be funny. And then it's become the video that has the most views that I have my name on. So I guess that's something. I don't play that many video games that much anymore, Firemaster, to be honest. I do not play as many video games as I used to. I'm singing harmonies in the chorus. I'm singing like the high parts that John wouldn't have been able to do. Oh, excuse me. This was also the first time I ever worked on an Axe FX. Which kind of shows, because it doesn't sound that great. I didn't know how an Axe FX... Okay, actually, before the drop... Okay, I'm going to pause it before the drop. I'm sorry, but David, it's actually funny that you say, tell us the story about the Majesty, because there is actually a story. There is a story here. So, while I was recording this, I wanted to put a dive bomb, and I was like, okay, I'm going to put a dive bomb in this section. So I took the Majesty, flipped the whammy bar around to prepare for a dive bomb, and I I went for the dive bomb, and I just felt the bridge snap. Like, the bridge just popped. And I freaked out. I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Did I just break John's guitar? Did I just break John's guitar? Oh, no. And I was like, John, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He said, it's fine. If you didn't do it, I would have done it at some point. I felt so bad, though. Because that's like a very expensive guitar. And I just sat there and just snapped the bridge. Somehow. I don't know what happened. I just went for a dive bomb. But I guess I pushed it past the limit of like where it's comfortable moving. And so it just popped. Hello, Matt. I didn't dial in the best sound for this. This was back when I never worked on an Axe FX before. It was the bridge, because Majesty Bridge, I don't think you can see it in the video. Okay, actually, you might be able to. Do you notice how, like, the bridge looks slightly high? Like, the bridge looks slightly high here. That's what happened, is that I went for a dive bomb, and so I, like, started pulling the... I started, like, lowering the pitch. And so, like, I guess it went too low or something and just stuck up. It was stuck. So, like, the guitar just wouldn't stay in tune after that. I felt so bad. Also, I have tried Neural DSP amps. I don't use them because I have an Axe FX, and I spent the money on that big box. I am going to use it. And plus, it has everything I could really need from any kind of amp thing, and I've gotten pretty familiar with it. So don't really have the need to switch to anything else. I'm just really familiar with the Axe FX. Anyways, true, block your trems. But yeah, that's the Majesty story. This is one of 2 Majesties I've played on. I don't really like them. They're not for me. I don't even think John plays that. I don't think John plays this guitar anymore either. Man's got a PRS with a Evertune on it now. Could you have wait time, wait twatch? It's probably something to do with the frame rate, or yeah, I know that there's a phenomenon why it does that. I don't know what it is. It might be the frame rate or the shutter speed. I still want to get an Evertune guitar. I want to get a baritone with an Evertune just to have one. So it's like, so I have a tool to use. Just very undecided about what guitar. Dun, 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 dun. John had the idea of putting the breakdown underneath this section because I just had it playing like the straight chordy bit, but John said, no, let's bring back that chugging pattern. Honestly, if I get a baritone, there's a very high chance I'll just get the PRS baritone again. I'm stuck to PRS. I am trapped. Everybody. Okay, so this next video, I'm gonna shut up me. I'm gonna explain this. I had this. So this is like the beginning of like me trying to do stuff that wasn't video game covers. I had this idea for a video series where I was just like, well, I feel like I kind of stole it from Shady Cicada. Good man, Shady Cicada. Love Shady a lot. But I had this idea where I wanted to do like the how-tos, but like my own interpretation of it. And it was after I visited California and came back that I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually do it. The first video in the series is absolutely not what it turned out to be. Also, I believe this video had like a DMCA on it, or like a copy or a content ID on it for a while, but I got it taken off.
Have you ever walked through a forest and thought, hey,
Oh,
this is nice, but it would be better if some dude on YouTube would tell me how to make music that reminds me of this forest I'm in right now? Who am I talking to? Well, I'm glad you theoretically asked.
Oh,
I'm
it's
here to
so
do just
cringe.
that. Let's go.
Shut up.
Step 1. Forests are like nature, right? So best way to get that feeling is just use natural
Oh, it's
instruments.
so
Just like
cringe.
maybe start with some
It's-
piano. And
it's
do
so
some cool
cringe.
delay and reverb stuff.
I'm glad I only put like 2 how-tos in this. I don't think I can handle it.
Reverb and droning sounds are important because you're in a big forest.
Stop.
So maybe use one of these on one of these, or maybe one of these on one of these. I don't know. Make up your mind.
I abused the Ebo so much when I got one. No more mono-skit videos. Those are dead.
Step 3. Gotta have that just percussive rhythm just to reinforce the natural theme.
Yo,
Step
presets.
4. Plucky distant bell sounds for melody because, ooh, it's far off in the forest.
God, what was I thinking? What was wrong with me?
Step 5. Add some heavier percussion to make the song more interesting later on. I don't know.
Just a straight preset from fucking Progressive Foundry, by the way.
Step 6. Add that stringed instrument for the feels and emotion. Also because more organic instruments.
Can you tell I was acting here?
Step 7. There you go. You did it.
Okay, we're not gonna sit and listen to like all of these, but like that. This was the start of me trying to write more original music and trick people into watching them by disguising it as content. However, that led to a very I'm gonna turn this down slightly because it's kind of annoying. This turned into this kind of unhealthy relationship with my content, where every time I wrote something, it was always about, can I make content out of this? It was never like, I just want to write something. It was just, if I write this, what video can I make out of this? And that was a really unhealthy way to look at videos, excuse me, and look at music in general. So, the how-tos did not last, because eventually I ran out of ideas. So it was very, how do I program synth parts? Back then it was just typing it in with my mouse and keyboard. At this point it would have been that. I don't think I'd ever played the MIDI in because my MIDI controller sucked and I didn't have a real MIDI controller until way later. I wonder what viola this is, though. This viola sounds fine. I was trying to program a string part today, and the solo string library I was using just did not work at all. So now I'm getting someone to play it so I can have this cello that sounds fine. Anyways, we're gonna skip a bit, because like I said, we're not gonna sit and watch all of these. Anyways, so next up, around this time, I was introduced to Caleb Hiles, who was the other person who hires me very consistently. And this was the first video he asked me to do. And I remember, I don't know what it was, I was so nervous to do this. Like, I was incredibly nervous working on this. I don't know why. I think I wanted to make like a really good first impression because this was the first thing I was doing for him. So I wanted to make a good impression so he would keep hiring me. So I put so much work, and I did like something I never do anymore and like haven't done since, which was I automated, like I clip gained every vocal so they were roughly the same level, which is, I didn't need to do that. Some people say you should, but like it's rock music, you're gonna compress the shit out of it anyway. There's no need. I could have just compressed the fuck out of them and then called it a day. But I spent so much time just clip gaining every... It was such a waste of time. Don't do it. I always remember really liking My Chemical Romance's guitar parts, so they wrote really interesting guitar parts for some of their songs. Also, back then, I'm gonna put Caleb on blast now. So, I can't, for some reason, the down button was not working here. Anyways, I'm gonna put Caleb on blast for a second. Caleb, at this point in time, he didn't send me like multiple tracks of vocals. He sent me a single take of everything. So it wouldn't just be like, you could drop it in and it goes. Like, I'd have to drop in a file and then go hunting for the parts and stitch together a vocal performance. So it was something. And he worked like that for a while. Luckily, he does not do that anymore. So that's good. And it's all drag and drop now, but back then, my god, I had to go hunting for all the parts I needed. This is just... Drums are alright. They don't have the energy or power that the original had. But also, like, the original recording is just clipped to shit. It's really fucking crushed. Caleb added that scream back in, by the way. It was in his vocal take, but I removed it, and he put it back in. There was a scream in there. That was me. Can't do feedback naturally, so I just played a harmonic and just turned my guitar up. Trust me. I'm not okay. Good. And that was the start of working with Caleb, which, again, one of the guys that hired me the most afterwards. So thank you, Caleb, for continuing to hire me. Actually, speaking of this, after this video, Caleb actually he said to me, like, would you be interested in mixing my vocals for various projects? Because I think he had been mixing his own vocals for a while, and he wanted me to mix his vocals for him. And I said, like, I can do that, but I was really uncomfortable mixing vocals. So I actually was like, are you sure? Like, I don't feel very confident in doing it. And I think I actually even refused payment for a while, because I was like, I don't want to accept payment for something that I feel like I'm not very good at. So that's how I started doing vocal mixing for Caleb for a while. All right. This is the only other how-to I put in the fucking video.
There will be a winter theme this month, I promise. Well, I mean, this technically counts, right?
I remember being sick.
Shoutouts to the first actually upbeat and not minor sounding song I've written for a how-to.
I was really
Step
sick when I
one,
played
get your
this.
Drum and bass beat. You know the one.
Can we? Okay, hold on. Let me back up real quick.
You know the one.
Let me back up real quick. Look at that master bus. Look at the processing going on over here. There are 3 instances of multi-band compression, which I know what it was. I just grabbed 3 presets and slapped them on. What the fuck was I thinking? What's wrong with me? Anyways.
Step 2, get a nice gritty bass and layer it with a sub bass.
I don't know why I said if you're on your phone you might not hear this, because there's so much distortion on those you could clearly hear them.
Crazy arps for going fast.
That's still true though. Omnisphere preset's goated.
Step 4, get a pad to fill out the space.
Also, yeah, coming up with text for those sections were really hard. I felt so unfunny. I still feel unfunny.
Get your risers and your impacts.
I don't remember where these samples would have come from. Would have had to have been something random I just downloaded off the internet. Which was Kmac at the time.
Higher pitch synth for melody.
Oh, it's so cheesy. It's so cheesy. That's some Snowboard Kids type beat. Hi, Corey.
Step 7, you know, you spent $2,000 on an
Also,
Axe
this is
effect.
the first video. Actually, I did get an Axe Effects in 2017. What? Holy shit. I was wrong. I did get an Axe Effects in 2017. So I had just bought an Axe Effects at this point, and this is the first video it showed up in.
Block to good use.
And it actually was the inspiration for this song. Was I was messing with some of the settings, and it created this kind of cool. Well, it created this cool
Step
sound.
8, gotta have that layered guitar sound.
Like, there's like that really crunchy, distorted guitar in there. I created that sound by accident on the Axe Effects, and so that's why
electronic song has.
I wrote this song, is because it was inspired by that sound. I didn't really need to make this a step. I actually remember, I don't know if Sam, if you're still here, but
Step 10.
Sam,
now go fast.
I remember you said to me, like, I thought this was a synth. You heard that, like, dun, 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 dun. You're like, I thought that was a synth, but it was a guitar. Anyways, again, like I said, we're not gonna sit here and watch this whole thing, because it goes on for way too long. I was padding out the time. But this is the beginning of the Axe Effects era. This tone actually doesn't sound that bad, considering I just started learning it. Edited this shit, though. If I'm not mistaken, the snow doesn't fade out here. Does not. Anyways, yeah, we're not gonna sit and watch this whole thing. Also, this video is a justification for using the synth block. Because I think Rich said to me he never uses a synth block, and I was like, I'm gonna use it. This was just a justification to use a synth block. Anyway, it just repeats, moving on. Okay. We're skipping forward quite a bit, but also, I kind of got... This is around the time I started, like, really not uploading much. By the way, this guitar sucked. This was a regret of a purchase. Horrible purchase. Regretted that. Anyways, so I stopped really putting out a lot of content at this point. I was kind of really just burnt out and lacking inspiration. But I had been sitting on this for like half a year. I had arranged this like so long before this, and I just never finished it. And then eventually it got around to being finished, and then it ended up being a pretty popular video. I think I timed it around the time the anime was coming out for Persona 5. And then of course I got Caleb to sing on it because I needed someone to sing on it. So I asked Caleb, and Caleb said yes. And because David, Mr. Legend Dave, was the Persona covering man, I got him to play bass and do a solo on it. And actually, important for me, Caleb said to me that I should do all the harmonies, and I was really nervous about that because I'd never had my vocals like up and like featured on the channel. I still don't really, but at this point, I'd never really done that. So I tried to do my best. Also, Corey edited this video. God bless Corey. Anyways, that's a Sterling JP15D, I believe it was. That Floyd is not a real Floyd. It is a Sterling off-brand Floyd. It was shit. It was never properly intonated. Every time I used it, it bent out of tune. Locking tuners be damned. The locking nut just didn't help. That guitar just went out of tune all the time. I could not take it, so I sold that shit as soon as I could. The only thing I miss about that guitar is that it had DiMarzios in it, and they sounded great. Also, another one of those decisions I made while mixing is I made everything like really dry here. It wasn't even an early Ballbridge, it was Sterling. It was like knockoff Floyd. But I made everything like really dry here. So like when it got into like the first real chorus, the shit like exploded. So I actually even like automated the drum room to be muted at this point still.
Don't ask why I'm ready, but I'm ready to strike him down now. A chance at a new start. There's no time for it.
So like it feels really small, and then you get to the chorus and it feels like it just goes. Which, you know, in retrospect, doesn't have as much as an impact as I remember. I would probably need to do more automation to make that the effect I thought it was. Also, there's a lot of references to other Persona 5 songs. I like littered this thing with references. So in the verse section coming up, there's a reference to Beneath the Mask. Justification for having this guitar was the Floyd, so I can do shit like that. Again, sounded great, just played like shit. I want a JP again though. I need like an actual JP. There's Beneath the Mask in the background. Da, 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 da. It's in the back there. I felt so clever. This video, I feel like as well, was another one of those times where I was really trying to make something better than I'd ever done at that point. And for a long time, this was like probably one of the better things I'd produced. And there's also like there's shit. What's that song? I can't remember the name of the song for some reason. The fucking music that plays Life Will Change. There's a Life Will Change reference in the choruses now. Anyways, here's an orchestra section because I felt like being cheeky, and I really wanted to get better at orchestration. And I did my like a choir, which doesn't work when you're just one person. And I made that really dry just so it focused in really quickly, like in that section. Yeah, so that's my reference to Life Will Change. Guitar solo. Also, Sam, it is a very important realization to make. I'm still working on it. So now it's not, this needs to be the best thing I make. It now my thought is like, I have to not hate this as soon as I put it out. Which sometimes you just need to put shit out just to put shit out. Ugh. Thank you, Caleb, for that one. I actually didn't think Caleb would do that. Also, I put this video in. This is like nearly a fucking couple months later. I didn't put the other Deltarune cover in because honestly, in retrospect, the only thing I'm proud about that, the only thing that's proud about that cover is the fact that I put it together in a day. But it also really shows that I put it together in a day. The arrangement is not great. This one I am incredibly proud of, just for the atmosphere and stuff and the vibe, which I thought was really important. And also, I will finally reveal, people in the comments kept asking, like, what's he saying in the spoken word section or, like, the vocoded section? Because you couldn't fucking tell. Like, you could not tell. Also, the only time that, outside of that one video where I made reviewing this, that the ML3, Chapman guitar ML3, appeared in a video. I don't like that guitar either. Also, thank you, Matt. Sleep Token is great. Excited for the new album. Also, this is probably the best looking video I've ever done. I still don't know how I managed to get it to look like that, but I'm very proud that I managed to do it. No worries, man. Thanks for coming in anyways. Good to see you. How did I make it look like this? I remember like a lot of people, or like Rachel, who does Rich's videos and like editing and stuff. She was like, this video looks great. And I remember that meaning a lot to me because her videos and thumbnails and all that stuff is just great. And it's like a benchmark for a lot of people. Or for like a lot of stuff in that community. So the fact that she really liked this, I was like, damn, maybe I did do something good here. Alright, now this. So a lot of people, it's impossible to tell what I'm saying here. And it was some cringe thing I wrote. It's like, stories told from darkness deep, souls awake from restless dreams. Light and dark will clash again to lead this world into its end, or some shit like that. Really cringe, really edgy, but I just needed something to fit there. It didn't really matter what I was saying, it was just the vibe needed to fit. Also, a lot of use from the Ebo. I had a preset that I used to go to so often. I don't have the preset anymore, but maybe I'll be able to find it at some point. I just had this preset I went to that was just like really ambient and had like a lot of modulated delay on it. And it was like my go-to for stuff like this. I don't know if I have it anymore. If you could go back and remake a song, what would you pick? That's always a hard question because I've debated it all the time. All the time I've thought about like, oh, I should go back and remake some old videos, or I should do this and do this again. But I'm always just like, but like, one, will it be fulfilling? Will I be able to come up with a good idea? We offer some Sierra Mist. Get out of here. Get out of here. But I've never been able to go back and think of a video where I was like, if I do this now, can I do this way better? There's been one time in recent, which it's in this, so I don't have to even talk about it. It's not the next one. I'm actually going to skip the Caleb video because there's not much I had to say about it. You know, I'm going to skip the JoJo as well because I realized I put JoJo in here and I don't fucking care about JoJo anymore. But to fit, I'm just going to leave it here for a second. Well, so if I had to pick a video to go back and make again, it's a hard choice. I would say I still play around with the idea of going back and remaking the Servants of the Mountain cover, the Mount Gagazet theme from Final Fantasy X. That one is one of my favorite ones, but I feel like I could do it so much better now. And I've tried to do it again, but I always give it up. And I really want to try to make it work. And yes, I have watched JoJo. I've watched all of JoJo up to this point. The reason why I have such a negative opinion is doing these covers with John put me in such a close proximity to the fan base. It was insufferable. Oh my god, they were like, they were hounding us for Bloody Stream for so long. It just put me off, and like all the jokes were the same. Everyone was just like, Jonathan Joyo, he's got a stand. His stand is music cover. It was so bad. It made me dislike JoJo. That's how like much I disliked being in like having to deal with those fans. Anyways, enough of that rant out of the way. Here's Travis Orban. So, context behind this video, Travis Orban put out a drum medley of Mega Man 2 songs, like just him playing... Hello, Alexander. He put out this video of him just playing to Mega Man 2 songs, and I emailed him, and I'm like, hey, could I get the isolated drums to this, because I want to arrange a video around it? And he was like, yeah, of course, like, just buy the isolated video, and I'll send you the wave. I was like, alright, sick. So I did that, and that became this video, which is basically Travis did all the arranging work, and I just put guitars over it. Also, first video with the Warwick, and at this point, my bass chain was Warwick into an alpha, so we got a Warwick here, and you can't see it because it's off screen, but it's going into a Dark Glass Alpha Omega, and that was my bass chain for like a good while. Also, there's good old PRS is here. This guitar became my main guitar. My favorite guitar that I own, honestly. Also, I shouldn't have to say it, but Travis Orban is very, very, very good at drums. Like, I really don't need to say it. He's really good at this. PRSs are great guitars. What can I say? I don't own that Warwick anymore, by the way. I gave it to a friend. It just didn't have the tone I was looking for. Which is funny, because I listened to this and I'm like, man, it sounds pretty good, but like, the later on I go, the more I'm just like, it just didn't... I'd have to work so hard to wrangle a tone out of it. Yo, hello. How many guitars have I gone through? I actually made a list. I made a fucking list, which probably needs to be updated. In fact, I'm gonna try to pull up that list now. I want to see if I have it. I will tell you, if I find it, I will let you know, but I'm pretty sure I still have it. Excuse me, I found it. Is this... No, I have another P. I have to add to this list. Hold on. And I have another... Okay, hold on. I'll just pop this on. Here's a list of every guitar I've owned. And... any guitar that's bolded is the guitar that I don't own anymore. So there you go. My first guitar was a Red Squire Strat, which I took apart and never put back together. The second guitar was an Epiphone Prophecy FG, which I still have. It's just not working. A BC Rich Mockingbird, not great. Schecter Demon 6, also serviceable, not great. Agile 727, shit guitar, regret, but it was my first 7-string. An ESP LTD B55 was my first 5-string bass, and in retrospect, it was a way better bass than I gave it credit for. A Schecter C1 Plus, which became my main guitar for a very long time. An Iron Label 7-string with ionizers. I still own that guitar, can't sell it because the fretboard's popped and it's fucked. That guitar is in horrible condition, I can't sell it. A Yamaha Pacifica, it was a Strat copy. I kind of regret just not getting an actual Strat. A Chapman ML3, I liked it at first, don't really like it now. A Sterling JP 50D, which I need to put in. Hate that guitar, sucks. The PRS CE24, the first guitar that I bought that was really expensive, and it's my main guitar. Warwick Thumb, again, sold it, or didn't sell it, but I gave it to a friend. PRS 24S2, I still own it, don't really play it that much since I got the new PRS. Ibanez M80M, waste of $1,000. That guitar is not worth $1,000. A PRS semi-hollow. I don't really play it that often. I bought it because it had P90s in it. And I don't really play it that much anymore. The Squire Vintage Modified Baritone. I bought it because Loath was popular and I liked Loath. I don't use it anymore. It's a shit guitar. I guess it's the one maybe it's the one I got. Mine is not good. It just not sound good. The Charvel Joe Duplantier Sig. Great guitar. Don't really have a use for it. I'm probably going to sell it soon. A Dingwall NG2, my main bass for like drop C. An Ibanez RGD 7 Uppercut Series, my main 7-string now. A Gretsch Jet Baritone. Again, I really like Loath, and I saw the guy from Loath using it, so I picked one up. Sounds great, it plays great, and it's a great guitar for the value, but I just, for that sound, I don't need it. I just need a regular baritone. A PRS CE24, but it's blue. It's true, it is the same guitar as my main one, but it's blue. It actually looks fucking incredible. I love the way it looks. And my newest addition is this Ibanez BTB bass, which is my new 5-string bass. Because anything that was like dropped like 7-string, I just didn't have a bass for. Is that a fucking Nico? What's up? Anyways, fuck you. I will fix it now, I guess. I miss you, Nico. How have you been? But yeah, this is, these are all the instruments I've owned. But now, of course, I've supplemented guitars with pedals. Anyways, back to what we were actually doing. Anyways, actually, fun fact, there's many of the lead parts in these last 2 sections of this medley comp to shit. I cannot play it. I am like 100% transparency. I cannot fucking play this. It was too hard, I comped it so hard. So this part's really comped up here. That was comped. And this part as well. That part was like really comped to shit. And you can kind of tell if you listen to it in isolation, because I tracked with delay and reverb out the axe effects. It gets really dry in those sections because the reverb and delay doesn't have a chance to ring out, because it just gets cut off immediately. Also, I've been alright. Been taking a bit of a break, kind of relaxing for a while. Kind of starting to get back into the groove of making music again. But decided to celebrate some milestone on YouTube and just kind of hang out and look back on where I've been and where I've come from. Crazy that this video is fucking 2 years old already. It feels like it's not that long since I made it. Ugh. Thank you, Travis Orban, for letting me use your drum track, but also for doing most of the heavy lifting for arranging for me. And also having the drums already mixed. It was just a single stereo stem that he sent me. So many layers. Then he gives a smile. Ah, look at that man.
Hey, haven't done one of these in a while.
Get out of here, me. Nico making music, kind of based. Also, I saw you've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike. But it's good to see you back. I heard that Smoke on the Water thing you did. It was fucking excellent. Okay, so this next video features a man that some of us are very familiar with, Mr. Nick Acker. Great drummer. The title's still not clickbait. He's still here. He's still here. The title's not clickbait. Anyways, here's my Porter Robinson cover, which is the second time I sang on my channel, but like the first time I felt kind of confident about it. This song honestly like hit me in a way, and this album is fucking incredible. Still is contended for album of the year for me. Porter Robinson's Nurture is a great album. It is a fucking incredible album. And this song hit me in a way that just really spoke to me, and it still does, in a way. It still really does speak to me. And I tried to replicate that weird vocal effect that he has on his voice, which I kind of got. I figured it out eventually. But I wanted my own voice in there because I just didn't want to... Get Your Wish was a great song. I kind of fucked up the vocal melody though, because I didn't remember what the vocal melody was, so I just kind of made it up as I went along. This section was pretty fun though, to add just really fucking big drums. That cover was before this. We're skipping over it because, in retrospect, I'm not as proud of the vocal performance on that as I am of this one. Plus, it has live drums, which is like the second time on my channel I've had live drums. And I did alright. Also, funny sidechaining rhythm guitars using the Kickstart plugin, because I didn't feel like manually setting up a sidechain. There's also so many vocal layers. I remember tracking so many vocals. Sleep Token is incredible. I love Sleep Token. Shout out to Sleep Token. Excited for the new album coming soon. Yo, he slapped bass. No way. It is less bass. It's not that good. It's really not that good, but I was just that lazy that I'm pretty sure I bought the plugin just for that. Just for this application. I bought it. I'm gonna put Nick on blast here. As soon as this cover is over, I'm gonna put Nick on blast because I have something to say about all my collaborators. Everyone gets shit around here. So... Okay, so I'm gonna back up slightly. Right about here. Right here. Okay, so... At this point, I didn't really know how to edit drums. And God bless Nick, I think he even told me he did this in like 2 or 3 takes. So he wasn't like going super hard on like making sure everything was incredibly in time. So I actually had to track this without the click because Nick kind of wasn't incredibly on beat in some sections. Not like horrendously off, but like enough to the point where like if I tracked it directly on beat, it would have been noticeable. So if you listen to the piano, you notice like it just kind of slips in and out of time because I tried to match it to Nick's tempo. So if you listen to the piano that comes in, it like slows down and speeds up. And we're back on time. That was not fun to do. Why did I put this in here? Why did I put that? We're not doing that. No. No Five Nights at Freddy's. Skipped. Okay. This was, for me, a return to VGM because I hadn't done a video game cover in so long. I felt so uncomfortable doing VGM, but I tried. And this is me using that. This is me copying Loathe. This is just a Loathe ripoff. And also another case in where I just extend sections far longer than they have any right to be, because I just like drawing things out. Ambient, though. The smart tempo thingy affect waveform tracks. I don't know. I learned eventually how to edit drums in Logic, but I work with real drums so irregularly that I don't practice it. I should. I really should practice it, because it's probably a very good skill to have. But I know how to do it now. This guitar also, I'm going to say this now, this guitar was painful to play. Like, it's painful to play. Because the strings are so thick that you have to put so much force to press them down, and the scale length is so long that if you're trying to play any chord that's like even slightly extended, you're gonna hurt your hand. Playing this guitar was painful. That's fun though. This was around the time I started getting into fucking Loathe and George Lever's productions, which his drum samples are featured in here. Or like his one-shots are in here. This is really me trying to like work on my getting more mileage out of the arrangement than just getting the leads in there. Also, you can hear the sympathetic resonance on the neck behind the nut because I didn't have anything muting it, so you can just hear the fucking like the whatever it is, the harmonics ring out every time I try to mute the fucking thing. Also guitar tuned very low. Da, 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 da. It feels like every time I picked up this guitar, I just ended up remaking Two-Way Mirror. It felt like that every single time I picked up this guitar. It got its use, but again, it was just so painful to play. It was not fun to play this thing. This guitar just... oh god. I could probably sell it for a decent amount though, because they're not made anymore and Loathe has kind of made them popular again. So I could probably sell it for a decent amount. So that's a good thing at least. That part sucks to play, especially on this guitar. Getting sleepy. Also, I want to say this while we're in the clean break, the clean section. If you stuck around through most of this stream, like, thank you a lot. Obviously, I'm very distant when it comes to like online presence. I kind of just show up whenever. So, thank you for sticking around and watching the stream. I do appreciate people watching the videos and continuing to support my stuff for, you know, fucking 7 years. Just crazy to me think about. So, thank you. It is with all of your support that I somehow continue to have a career in music. Anyways, that sappy, sentimental shit out. Back to the gent. I felt so proud of this section. That stretch sucks, though. Look how far my hand has to stretch to play that chord. It sucked. That's a reference to the Metroid theme. The main menu theme of Metroid. Oh, it's so heavy. I think this drum beat is a reference of Unsainted by Slipknot. That like da 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 da. That's just Unsainted. Sound effect design. Da da da. Breakdown. Oh my god, it's so heavy. Drums in that, before we get to the next video, drums in that where the Kieran Grief stuff is coming up. Trust me, it's coming up. Drums in this where the Periphery 4 kit layered with samples from George Lever. Okay, this is the last action. We have one more video after this, but I put this in because this was a very, like, I kind of, like, stamp of, like, me trying to write more original music. And this song, to me, had, like, a lot of importance that I wrote it. And it was also part of me getting through a big mental block that it came to writing music. So when I wrote this song, I felt really good about it. And I felt really great about the emotional places it went. So, yeah. Also, I asked Caleb to write all the lyrics. And I told him, like, the basic idea of what the song was about. And said, like, here's what I think the song is going to be about. If you could write something in that vein. And he did it beautifully. This is my I really like post-hardcore phase. I'm still in it, but this is me being like, I really love post-hardcore. I love the receiving end of Sirens. It also became a realization, I can't play songs long, like I can't write songs that are short. I have a problem. Oh, it's so cool. It's so forward-thinking. This is just a rip of a fucking... This is basically just a section from a Receiving End of Sirens song called, fuck, what is it called? Stay We Bled or something like that? Or We Blay? I think it's what it's called. I don't remember the name of the song, but it's the second song off their second album. I also did all the harmonies on this song, too. The mixing on the harmonies aren't great because the microphone I was using wasn't great either. I remember having the bass idea of this song written for so long. This song took so long to come out. This song probably took like half a year to come out. It probably took just about that long to write and finish this song. You know, there's a harmony coming up I'm so proud of. This Me in the Moonlight right here. It's so cheesy, but it was fun. Dun da 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 dun da 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 da.
I have traded my soul in your name. Maybe one day you will give it back to me. A decision I'm trying to avoid.
This song has like a lot of parts. Some parts I feel like maybe could have been trimmed, but like you can always say that about anything that you've just released. And I feel like knowing what Caleb put down and what he said in the song, I wouldn't feel right about removing any section of it afterwards. Now this, excuse me, I'm fucking yawning all the time. This section here, this like clean part, I actually wrote this separately. It was like a completely different section, and I just tossed it at the end of this song. This was like, these were two completely separated ideas, and I was like, you know what, I have this thing I wrote that I'm not going to do anything with. I might as well put it in this song, and it becomes this nice ending section to like send us to the end.
Tingling sensations trickle down my spine. Was I suffocating this whole time? This whole
Which becomes like a really nice bed for the build-up to reach the end.
Can't remember the last time I felt this way. A beginning with no fear inside.
Good joke, Rob. Did you just come up with that, man? Did you just come up with that joke, my dude?
This may be the last that you will ever hear from me, so listen carefully. You were everything that I ever could have wanted or needed.
I'm being quiet because there's not much else I have to say. There's a lot of layers going on in here. There's like a lot of layers.
And as time went on, I slowly lost myself.
There's like a lot of vocal stacks. There's a lot of clean guitar.
I can hear you say, what can I do to fix this?
Then you bring it back down.
Fix this, but I promise you're not alone. It's the hurt deep inside that has kept you.
I don't even remember how I feel like I just recorded one like center clean guitar and just kind of like
I am not
when because it's like kind of uneven bar at the end. It doesn't have like an even count.
I can't be a savior.
Also, many vocal layers here. Also, I feel like I wish I could redo the drum sound though. The drum sound I envisioned didn't end up really fitting the main or the end result. So I kind of wish I could redo it. But it is what it is. We live with it. So many vocal layers. There's so many vocal layers. Fucking 3 different vocal parts all at the same time. Very receiving end of Sirens. This part I added in like later. I wanted the song just really come down to like a little tiny like section. I remember the strings being like really hard to get right because I wanted them to be like a very specific way. It was really hard to get right. And I remember also the I put like a lot of like really heavily modulated reverbs and delay. So like it just has like this really long decay at the end of the song. And anyways, we have done it. We've reached the last video of the night, and there is only one way I could end this. There is only one way we could end this night with the greatest video ever made, and a video that rounded out the last decade. I am, of course, referring to Brief Stuff, the official Minecraft parody. And I want to tell this story because actually I think it's very important to me, is that this is, we have a lot of jokes at Kmac's expense, but honestly, one of the first conversations we had was discussing this exact concept. Was, what if we made a cover of what if we made a Minecraft parody of Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit? Which was like the second or third conversation we ever had with each other. And so we did. It took like most of the year to get done, but we did get it done. And we got it done before the end of the decade. And here we are now, approaching 2 years later. Anyways, Grief Stuff.
It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. Everything is free.
I'm just gonna let the video fucking speak for itself.
But you want to justify stealing someone's diamonds. No creeper contact. And if you interact, I'm closing off your mind shaft. Your best bet is to stay away. And the dragon is just one of those days. It's all about the iron, gold, and diamonds. I think you better stop. Let the noise drop, or you'll be living with the grass top. It's all about the iron.
We were gonna have like back and forth vocals, but like I just went ahead and finished it one day. I was like, if I don't do it, I'll never do it. Recording this video, like getting all the shots of this video and sitting in call was very funny. This was a very fun day. You will be living with the grass top. Also, Karen, I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if I ever talked about it. I'm going to pause real quick. In this shot, you actually didn't mute the audio. So you can still hear the background audio of your microphone, or like whatever it is that it was picking up. You can still hear it in that shot. That's gone. I noticed that one day, and I've never not noticed it now. I remember the fucking joke that we had here was so important to have. We were like, we have to make this joke. It was one of the earliest things we thought of. It was such an important joke to have. That was so important to get. What? What?
So come and mine it. It's all about the iron, gold, and diamonds. I think you better stop. Let the noise drop.
You know, it just speaks for itself. It's a masterpiece.
It's all about the iron, gold, and emeralds. I think you better quit. Let the noise slip notch. So come and get
The ending of this video is exactly it summarizes the entire night we had doing this, making this video. This summarizes everything.
Oh, you know why, Kieran? Because power is an enchantment that's set for bows.
That night unironically sums up everything to this point. Yo, my own video's getting recommended? Crazy. Anyways, that's it. That is 7 years of making some garbage content. is 7 years of making just real pieces of work. It had to be unlisted. Fred Durst himself came to us and said, "You can't leak our new song. You can't just do that." So we had to unlist it. Kind of sad, really. Anyways, thanks for sticking around for the nearly 4 fucking hours. I actually didn't expect it to go 4 hours, but also all my videos are ungodly long, so I should have seen it coming. And you know what? To end the stream, send me away, me. All my videos are ungodly send me long, away, so me. Seen it coming. Goodbye, everyone. Time will now move backwards. Send me Let's away, go. Me. Woo! Goodbye, everyone. Time will now move backwards. Let's go! See ya, guys! Time will now move backwards. Time will now move backwards. See ya, guys! Time will now move backwards. Time will now move backwards. We're going into the void. Into the void. Into the void. Say goodbye, everyone. We're going into the void. Into the void. Into the void. Say goodbye, everyone. We're going into the void. Into the void. Into the void. Say goodbye, everyone. We're going into the void. Into the void. Into the void. Say goodbye, everyone. We're going into the void. Into the void. We're going so deep. How many layers? How far can we go? How far can we go? So deep. How many layers? How far can we go? How far can we go? I hope this is a good ending to the stream, everybody. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. How many layers? Honestly, though, thank you for showing up and watching. How far can we go? I hope this is a good ending to the stream, everybody. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. How many layers? Honestly, though, thank you for showing up and watching. How far can we go? Sticking around the stream, everybody. All the inactive. Enjoying yourselves. How many layers? Honestly, though, thank you for showing up and watching. How far can we go? Sticking around the stream, everybody. All the inactive. Enjoying yourselves. How many layers? Honestly, though, thank you for showing up and watching. How far can we go? Sticking around the stream, everybody. All the inactive. Enjoying yourselves. How many layers? Honestly, though, thank you for showing up and watching. Sticking around the stream, everybody. All the inactive. Enjoying yourselves. How many layers? Honestly, thank you for showing up and watching. In general, sticking around the stream, everybody. All the inactive. Some people in my life. Honestly, thank you for showing up and watching. In general, sticking around. Shout out to everybody for just being here. Some people in my life. Honestly, thank you for showing up and watching. In general, sticking around. Shout out to everybody for just being here. Some people in my life. Honestly, thank you for showing up. Shout out to Rob in general. Sticking around. Shout out to everybody for just being here. Some people in my life. Honestly, thank you for showing up. Shout out to Luigi Marcella. Shout out to Luigi Marcella. Everybody for being here. Luigi Marcella. People in my life. For being a Sonic. Shout out to Luigi Marcella. Shout out to Luigi Marcella. Everybody for being here. Luigi Marcella. People in my life. For being a Sonic. Shout out to Luigi Marcella. Shout out to Luigi Marcella. Everybody for being here. Luigi Marcella.